that New Zealand guy at first.
Oh yeah.
Jesse?
Jesse, yeah.
Mm.
I mean, they're both
Yep.
big white dudes with long ass beards.
Some beards going on. Then we go to this.
Not to be racist or anything.
Nah, you can't be racist against sorts of white people. All right, let me go to... Is Gnome cutting in and out? Okay, we're pretty much popped up right here. I didn't have to do anything.
Let me.
Cool.
I got a new desk. We're good, man. Shout out to...
Yeah.
Whole new
What's it?
backdrop.
No, it's just a new desk.
Oh.
But I think we're all kind of lined up, man. But no, it's just a bummer that you didn't get these beers. Let me check the audio.
Not to be racist or anything.
Yeah, you can't be racist.
Oh, I can hear. Damn it.
You're gonna get so much hate now.
Oh yeah. Well, we're off to a great start.
Is my stuff super echoey?
A little.
No, you sound good to me.
No, I'm listening to you through Discord, and you seem fine to me.
What up, everybody? What up, Kurt Wilson? What up, Patrick Sandy? What's up, Tommy Grissom? Sienna Dreamin'? Frozen Sports Ball.
What's your first beer you're drinking, Trent?
Well, CH was nice enough to send me some beer. So,
Should have all been there. Should have had.
what do you want to start with?
I will do whatever you're having after this. What are you guys drinking over there? Are you going to do that 9% beer that made me shit my pants last week or what?
No, that was that 7.5% beer that was that blue coconut beer that was making us shit our pants.
The Four Loko beer. Yeah.
Fucking turd.
I'm drinking right now my sour, and then I think I'll do my hazy, and then that 9.1, or do the 9.1 before the hazy. We'll see.
Nice. What's up, everybody? What's going on, man? Shout out to everybody who's watching my worst video of all time. It's Bon Voyaging. But it's all good, man, because I still got my health. Yeah, it's 10 out of 10. I don't know. I got to do some
Sometimes it starts slow and then it picks up.
claw hammer shit.
That's true.
Put in like my last video or something.
What do you got there?
It's all good, though. It was all just B-roll video. What up, Hop Killer? What's up, man? What's up, Terry T-Rex? Blackwood Brews. Giuliani Pizza.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Before
There you go.
we get into the beers we're drinking tonight, I want to give a big shout out to the Super Chatters last week. Kim Hill, always showing love. A lot of memberships coming in. Hoovenall, always showing love. The password is Swordfish. Big Steve, Ron Barnes, much love. He's always supporting on these Wednesday streams. Northwest Small Bat, shout out to Steve. Trent the Elder. Phil Stevenson, The Brew Show. Yeah, because we were trying to tip Trent money last week for getting that Pliny the Elder video out. And that video's still doing pretty good, yeah?
Yeah, it's doing great.
Good.
You know,
I'm going to steal that
Use
idea.
the money wisely to send me some beer. This nice craft beer that I'll be drinking next.
Yeah. So shout out to the chat. All that money from last week went to the beers that all four of us were supposed to have, but unfortunately, Ollie, Oz, and Gnome didn't get their beers, which is funny because they're closer than Trent out there in Southern California.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I don't really like beer that much.
Hopefully, you're not getting in any trouble with mine. Seems weird that it says in possession of USPS.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why.
That means it's at one of their facilities. Is usually what that means.
Yeah, and then I got an email saying if I want to set up better shipping or better tracking, you could pay money. And I was like, oh, that's kind of how they get you, right? I mean, you could pay like
to get more details on it. Yeah,
$5 a month. It's like, why do you give some out but not the others? You know. So, but anyway, it's all good. We're here. Half of us are drinking the beers we're supposed to. We got Jorge Castro in here, Thebrajsho in Puerto Rico. Terry T-Rex. What up, Braj? I don't know why the alerts aren't popping up. Let's go to that. That should work.
That looks very like juicy. No,
It's delicious. This is killer.
How is that?
it's pineapple juice.
Yeah, I took last week's stream down, I think with good reasoning.
Yeah. Which, my bad about that.
No, I was gonna chop up that nostalgia bit. We were talking about DVDs coming out and just feeling everyone can kind of relate to nostalgia. And I looked at the top right and Noam was passed out, and I was like, I think he's gonna be embarrassed if I show him doing the sleepwalking zombie thing. So
Dude.
yeah, it's all good.
Put a still frame of him up there. Smiling.
Not my best week, that's for sure.
Well, you were showing us your gnarly weed, and we were like, I don't know, Noam, and you just went for it. Your honey oil?
I was
Oh
Keith.
yeah.
Keef. Yeah,
Pure
the
trichomes pretty much.
the straight 100% potent stuff.
Brutal, yeah. Kick my ass.
Brewing bad. It was a good stream. What up, DJAF? But I got nothing really written down. I'm backed up with a bunch of videos I haven't looked at. Who's been putting out content this week?
Great question. Oh, Hops and Ollie just put out a video.
Hops and Gnarly and Clawhammer put out a couple videos. I think it was the same video.
The Clawhammer, I think it might be a reboot of that.
That's what I'm gonna do with this last video.
Oh yeah,
man.
the
My God.
alcohol, how to measure alcohol video.
Alcohol, yeah.
Yeah, and that was cool. Did you guys see that new thing he had?
He's had that before. They've used it in other videos.
Looks like some shit you'd see in the doctor's office.
It's cool how you can it tells you the alcohol percentage of Finnish beers.
Right.
If you don't have
Yeah.
pretty insane.
Right. Okay, let me get rid of
And
this
then
real quick.
Hops and Gnarly did a video. I thought he was quitting YouTube, but he's just kind of changing up his content, I guess.
What was the video?
It's him about he's gonna do some traveling and brew less and
Sounds like
that
me.
scenery looked
Sounds
amazing,
exactly
by
like
the way.
me.
yeah.
This is kind of the year of travel vlogs. Bummer about travel vlogs though, is they don't get enough shine as grain to glass videos. They're all fun though. Trent, do you prefer, because you've done a couple travel vlogs, do you prefer those over grain to glass? Just to mix it up maybe?
Yeah, it's nice to mix it up. I'm getting ready to travel, so I'll be doing another
Coming to
one
Knoxville?
soon. No, I'm going to Australia actually.
Oh, you are?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What's going on out there? Besides deadly
It's
spiders.
vacation. So yeah. So hit up Australia, hit up New Zealand. So if anyone has any recommendations on breweries to go to, let me know.
There's a guy, there's a Braj who just emailed me talking about New Zealand. I'll reach out to him. I'll let you know you're coming out. And then Jesse lives out there. I know Jesse. I WhatsApp with Jesse every now and then.
Nice.
His content
Yeah,
kind of sneaks up
I
on
just
me.
know Trevor. He's giving me his tips.
Oh, yeah.
Trevor's a fake Australian. He's like the delivery guy from Something About Mary, dude. You give him one little ounce of torture, man. He's gonna lose that accent. He's gonna have some southern shit. What up, Stephen Plass? What up, Goose Fraba? What up, Beerquaz? Jeffrey Morrow. Those were some pricey tools.
I forgot the name of the place. There's a brewery I
Wilson.
hit up in New Zealand, and it was really nice. I forgot the name of it. It was a while back though.
Yeah, let me know if you remember.
Yeah, I had to look through. That was back in 2015, so it'd be
Yeah.
a ways to go back to look for that shit.
Right. I want to hit up some homebrew stores too, just kind of see
Yeah.
what do they have.
What
'Cause I
parts
know
of Australia are you hitting?
just doing Sydney and then
Just
doing
Sydney.
Auckland after that. So it's a little over a week trip, but just getting away for a little bit.
El Rorito, Steve Plass from Ronnie B. I would imagine you're going to fly out to LAX, right? You'd go up to LA from San Diego. You get a lot cheaper
I
ticket.
have it's a weird flight. It's San Diego up to Vancouver, then Vancouver to Sydney.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, through who?
United.
Cool, right on, man.
So I had a shit ton of points, so I was I only had to pay a little bit to get these tickets, so it was nice.
Good deal.
Yeah. I have a shit ton of mileage through United.
I don't have anything.
Go to Australia.
at all. Just have a video. That's
Yeah,
bombing.
maybe, right?
Are you going with Rage, Trent?
Yeah. Just
Cool.
our vacation. I was well, while we're there, might as well film some stuff.
Hells yeah, man. I'd love to go to Australia or New Zealand.
It's my second time
You going
in Australia.
going there during
Oh,
their
damn.
winter?
Yeah, it's the beginning of the winter, right?
Winter for them, yeah.
The last time I went, though, I went for work, and they sent me for less than 24 hours. So I was on the
Jesus.
plane longer than
You're
I was
on the plane longer
drive.
than you were there. That's brutal,
I
dude.
know.
Is that
No,
even worth it?
hoping it was not. I mean, it was cool to be yeah, I went there.
I can't even
But-
imagine the jet lag that you would have experienced.
I couldn't even imagine the flight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, how long is the flight, if you know?
It's
Obviously, it's
15
multiple
hours, I think.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's
God.
from LAX, it's about 16 hours.
No,
That's a
thank
lot.
you.
That's a
Yeah.
lot. That's a
Like
lot.
you literally actually have to get up and walk a bit, otherwise your ankles will just start swelling.
Yeah. I know. But I'm going to get the Zelda game and just play that for 15 hours.
I'm afraid, man. Slippery slope. That and Hollow Knight 2 are coming out this week or next week. And I'm way behind with everything.
Yeah. It's going to be trouble.
It's going to be a lot of trouble. But you do
Chris,
what you
I'm having
gotta
a
do.
friend watch my dog. I don't
Oh,
trust
nice.
kennels.
Willow, what's everybody drinking in the comment section tonight? Let us know what you're drinking, where you're at, which we should be drinking. If anybody's got any beers that they need to put on our radar, as well as you guys. You guys had anything new recently besides the beers that I was supposed to send you that didn't get there?
Well, this is my first from this brewery. I've told you before how they do like soda influenced beers. Like they do like a Mountain Dew,
What brewery
a
is this?
soda, Second Wind. It's on the Cape.
Gotcha.
This is my first beer from them. This is a hazy, but it's fucking delicious. So good.
Genius in the
Well,
chat.
figure it's time to get away from the Bud Light thing. Which beer are you going to crack, Trent? Should we go for the strawberry shortcake beer or cheesecake beer?
Yeah, what's going on with that one?
I don't know.
You guys
but-
are gonna shit yourself in the beginning of the stream.
Maybe
Probably.
we should wait for that one.
Okay, okay, you're right. Let's do the IPA.
You have lactose in
from-
it?
I would imagine, but I don't.
Yeah.
I would imagine. How else would you get a cheesecake taste in beer?
Flavor, right?
I think
Yeah.
I saw it had yogurt powder. Or
Cream
something.
cheese powder.
Cream
Well,
cheese powder.
Remember back in a couple of years ago, they were talking about reusing hops. People would instead of throwing them out, they would use it to give it a cheesy taste. I highly doubt that this.
Is that really what they were doing?
That
To
was a
get
couple of years ago.
cheesy taste?
Yeah, that was a trend for
Interesting.
I don't know, a little bit. But I'm gonna go get that. Let's do that West Coast IPA from Nashville, the white can.
The white can.
Did I not send you that one?
I have this one,
No.
and I got Italian Pils. I got a lager. I got a Dunkel. Let me see. I might have it in my fridge. Let me check.
I'll go grab it.
Right back. Cool. I'll be back too.
Okay.
All right.
So
Now the
yeah,
real party begins.
From what I've heard, and I think Nick Smith, the dude we met up with on the Tampa trip,
Uh-huh.
at his brewery, they made a cream cheese or a cheesecake beer, and yeah, supposedly they use cream cheese powder. They'll transfer onto it. in
Interesting.
secondary.
Interesting. I've never heard of cream cheese powder. That's a new
Yeah,
one.
it's on Amazon.
Okay, I figured. Yeah.
like Amazon, but yeah, I've been meaning to do it. I wonder how well it works. You know, it's kind of an interesting concept. Oh, what's up,
Ooh,
Gene?
interesting.
Fat Bottom Brewing.
Fat Bottom Brewing?
Yeah, I think
I
this
wish
is
I
the
could,
one.
I'm on like a delay, so it's gonna take me a
Oh
while.
yeah, hold
before-
it up for you. Hold it up. It's overexposed, but
Well, I always watch his
that
stuff
it,
from watch. So I have Discord on one screen, and then the other screen I have YouTube.
All right, Trent, you scared
Yeah.
the shit out of me. Okay, we both have them.
Oh, that's a cool can.
sorry.
No, it's all good because I bought a 6-pack and I only have 3 and I haven't drinking one yet. So checks out. And I did send all you guys one Bud Light, man. I wanted to drink that together, but
That would have been funny. That would have been good.
Solidarity.
this is a bummer, man. This is a bummer. So for
I
those,
have Millers in my fridge. I could grab one of those.
that'd be a good video. Do a blind taste contest with all the classics. You know, because all people like swear by Bud Light or Coors. It's like a Coke versus Pepsi thing. There's people that only
Yeah.
drink Bud Light. It's like, I
Well,
don't know,
the thing
man.
is, like, I feel like I can taste the difference. Because
That's the point. Everybody thinks that.
Right.
I think
that
I can
sounds
pick
like a
out
video.
Coors. That's kind of my like.
I think the toughest one I would have is between Bud Light and Miller Light. I feel like those two taste a lot the same, but Coors Light tastes very different. Like when it's super cold, like it is super thin. Like it just goes down so fast.
I'm
Gina's
actually in the
brewing.
minority.
We
I
got
actually
Peter in
like
here.
Bud Light.
Does Coors Light still do that bullshit where the can has to be
Can turns
blue? You're just
Yeah.
staring at it. You're like, no, I can't drink it
Rockies.
yet. Put it back in there. No, they're not blue enough. I got to put it back. Like, drink your goddamn beer. It's ridiculous. All right, here we go. Fat
They
Bottom
want you to
Brewing.
drink it while it's ice cold, so it has no flavor.
This has
No,
got no,
yeah. So you
exactly.
can taste how bad it tastes.
It's like the nicest restaurants in the world just using ice cold tap water because you can't taste shit when it's cold, and then when it gets to room temperature,
That's
it's
why like
disgusting.
restaurants give you like so much ice in your water.
For sure. The nicest restaurants in the world use tap water. It's too expensive not to. Water's like the most thing wasted by far. All right, Bruce Show, what do you think? It's got a good color. It's got a really good color.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Swami's.
It does,
style
yeah.
is an IPA.
Yeah, IPA out of Nashville. It smells kind of malty.
Yeah, a little piney maybe.
Not bad. $15 for a 6-pack? You can't complain about that. It's the
It's got some
$15
serious
4-packs.
bitterness to it.
Yeah, it does.
Like something going on.
What's on the hop back burner?
Fairly clear.
Pacific Jade hops, dry hopped with Bravo. I haven't even heard of those. Yeah, I don't know. We got some Brajs in here though. What up, Derek? Good to see Peter, man. I got to get Peter on here soon. What's up, Chris Vodka? Hell yeah, I remember you, man. Miss you,
Genius in
Braj.
the house.
We should all get the same Taver box and do some IG vids with them. What does that mean?
Back off.
Taver's like a
I need a
box
translator
you
for
get that has a
English.
bunch of beers in it, right? It's
Oh,
kinda
okay.
like
Tapper
Dollar
or
Tree Club
whatever.
or
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
But it's not like a subscription though, right? Like it's just an online store you go to and you just select all these different beers and they'll ship them to you, kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's a subscription box.
But the bummer
thought
about
it was.
those is you have to pay for shipping. They're never going to
You have to pay for shipping, and then all the cans are so overpriced, man. Like
That sucks.
like building a 6-pack, it costs you like almost $40, and I was just like, yeah, no, I'm done.
with the shipping.
Yeah,
That's not.
for a 6-pack.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I'd be worried
all
about
that. How much did you
freshness most.
spend when you sent us stuff? Probably $40 with shipping. Probably more.
No, I spent less than that shipping to both and combined to both of you guys.
What'd you pay for shipping? It wasn't USPS.
Yeah, it was USPS.
With that Huggies box?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Never mind. Joke's on me, man.
yeah, I shipped the USPS.
With a Huggies box?
Yeah.
Do you guys hear that? Are the alerts coming through? Can you guys hear it on your end?
No.
No.
Is that only on my end? I just got a
Yeah.
super chat from Northwest Small Batch Brewing, man. Much love, Barrage. Cheers to Steven out there. He's got a YouTube channel too. Check it out.
Yeah, he's been grinding.
Yeah. Thursday, the Thursday shorts, man. I love them.
Yeah.
No one can hear that?
Do you guys ever
You
do?
sometimes I can hear the whatchamacallit.
Yeah, you guys can hear it on the delay. It is coming through, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
All
I
good.
don't hear it at all.
You'll see it on I just pulled it up on my iMac. It went through. Alias has freed the chest. One button at a time.
Yeah, I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt today. What? Two buttons? Yeah, only 2 buttons.
Much love, Chris. The producers in here. Look at all this green, man. Look at all this love. What are you guys brewing this
Every
week?
beer you drink should undo a button.
I think I'm going to finally brew on Sunday.
Next week I'm brewing the pickle beer.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I finally have time to brew next week.
Dill pickle goes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Got a super chat here from Ron Barnes. He's looking out for the brew show right here. Ron Barnes, thanks, man. Much love. Thanks, Steven. He says you might want to check out Epic Brewing and Hallertau Brewing if you get a chance in Auckland.
Sweet.
Was that on your radar?
Yeah, that's New Zealand.
No, I have not looked into any New Zealand stuff yet. So
How
Where are
big?
you going in New Zealand?
Yeah, how big is New
actually?
Zealand? Can you drive? Can you hit a lot of cities with a rental car?
So, problem with
Country,
New Zealand, it's kind of split into 2. You have the northern part and the southern part.
Like
I'm just
California?
going to Auckland.
Well, I believe it's like completely separated by water.
Oh, okay. So it's a real border.
Oh.
Got it. Good looking out, Brewing Bad, Kurt Wilson. Yeah, for those who just got here, we got 65 people, 18 minutes in. Much love to all you Brajas. The Brew Show's heading out to Australia for a second time, even though it's really his first time in my book.
Yeah, I would agree.
For properly, yeah.
Hey,
That was more of a pit stop than like a
Yeah.
connection flight almost.
yeah, on a work
Yeah.
flight too, nonetheless.
Yep.
What's my thoughts about Founders in Detroit closing? Sign of the times economy. What's that beer account that we were talking about that posts way too much political shit? They're ripping on Founders.
Oh, Hazy Times?
Hazy Times, or yeah, Hazy Boys or something.
Hazy Boys, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah, they're going off on Founders right now. I don't know if it was a COVID thing or a Me Too thing, but they're leaning into them.
Racial discrimination lawsuit.
Yeah, they have a history. I'll just put it that way.
Oh, wow.
Ah,
This is
interesting.
not their first time in the news for that.
It's so crazy how that shit's still going on, you know, because this news is worldwide. The Me Too movement was on NPR years ago, and I thought it was great, that whole rat magnet thing. You know, whether you agreed or disagreed, I understand there's two sides to every story. But at the end of the day, it's going to create awareness. It's going to straighten people out. It should. But it's weird that that shit still goes on. Racism at Founders, according to Hazy Boys. Good looking out, brewing bad. I'm brewing a climber recipe for a strawberry lemonade saison. Hell yeah, Nathan McVeigh. What up, Marco?
Sweet.
What's up, Braj? Yeah, and Founders was a big one. I remember
they've been around for a long time, eh?
Yeah, Craft Beer and Brewing Magazine, they always had ads in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like more than most, you know, because there's a lot of.
And they're also very well known for that, like breakfast stout style kind of thing.
All day IPA too.
Oh, damn, that's my favorite. I love that.
Yeah.
I don't think they make it anymore, but they had an amazing imperial stout. It was just, no adjuncts, but it was like fantastic.
Have breweries bounced back from this? Has a brewery with a Me Too movement or a racial thing come out, and they sometimes that the owner will step down. The move is that he'll step down and then call himself a silent partner to kind of maybe save face. You know, if it's making money, he's not going to walk away from his baby. But I know Modern Times sold out to Maui. That was like the poster child for
Brewing,
San Diego.
Had a bunch of locations.
So maybe you can't revive something when it comes down to sexual harassment or racism. It's always going to be weird. You'd have to do a whole rebrand thing, change name, change ownership, change all social media.
Probably tough to come back from that.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, even Modern Times, they, fired the CEO or whatever. He stepped down, but they still struggled.
Yeah. That was a weird one, too, though, because that was probably a lot of COVID. They were probably overextended.
Well, they expanded like crazy, like right before all that, too.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder how that's doing. What's going on in San Diego with the Modern Times tasting room? Is it Maui? The one in Encinitas over off Encinitas Boulevard and D Street?
I think it's still they do have some Maui stuff on tap. Last time I was there, they had a few things on tap that were Maui, but
the building is Modern Times?
Yeah. And it was dead. There was like nobody there.
Really?
On like a Saturday, yeah.
God, I remember first going there and it was popping. And it was crazy because that place it's got a restaurant and everything is vegan and it was still popping.
Yeah.
They could have been making more money.
They had one in LA too that was like a vegan restaurant, and it was really, when it was popular, it was popular.
Yeah. Trent, I'm not going to lie, I don't really like this beer.
It's kind of thin, I would say, for like an IPA.
Yeah. There's nothing that's making me want to come back and buy another one.
Right. What's the story with this brewery?
I don't know. I was just at my local place, and I sent a couple beers from the brewery I work at. I sent a couple beers from Yeehaw, where all the guys in Nome have been to before they were open.
Okay.
And I sent a Bud Light and probably some other stuff. But I just looked at this, and I made that video today. Talked a little bit about Nashville. Saw Nashville on that. I thought that was local enough, and away we go. But Fat Bottom Brewing, the girl with boxing gloves, called Knockout Indian Pale Ale, is not that good, which is weird because if you think it'd be in distribution, it'd be a lot better.
Yeah.
We're 3 hours from Nashville.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
I thought it would be closer.
Nashville is in Tennessee. It's on the east side. It's in a different time zone. I'm a lot closer to Nashville, which is in North Carolina right over here. I'd way rather go to Nashville. Way rather go to Asheville than Nashville. Port Lee, what's up, man?
It's cleaner.
Wait, isn't Asheville and Knoxville the same time zone?
We are, but we're in different states.
Yeah. Right.
And then
is Nashville the same time zone as you, or are they in Central?
Nashville and Memphis are in Central.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
So we're an east-west state. Obviously, California is a north-south state. Yeah. So yeah, there's a couple states that are have a couple different time zones. That
Texas
have two
is
time
both
zones.
east and west and north and south.
Indiana is a weird one. Like a eighth of the state is in a different time zone.
And Michigan, right? Some in the Midwest are kind of Big shout out here to Portly Gentleman, man. Another good reason to sell out your brewery when it makes it to a certain size. Too much risk.
Too much risk.
I think Portly's right. Is it better just to sell out or grow?
I think because like if you grow to such a certain size, you have to now be super PC. You have to you have
Appeal
to make
to a wider audience.
wider audience. You can't do your like stuff that would make you stick out kind of thing.
Later, Peter.
It seems like we were even talking about this with breweries, right? Like, because making a good brewery now today isn't just about the beer. It's about the ambiance, the setting, like having things to do. Are you going to be kid friendly? Are you going to have arcade games? Are you going to have sports playing, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So I think as well as with growth, you're going to have to follow certain rules and regulations to go that path. And at that point, is it still your baby? Is it still your child? Like, if it's not really how you want it, it's how like society kind of wants it to be, kind of thing.
Yeah, and once you build your brewery the way it is, it's tough to change it. It's very tough to change it. I don't know where Trent's head is at with ever opening up a brewery one day, but I remember 10 years ago opening up a brewery was my dream. And I never reached out to investors or family or this and that, but I had it in my head, and it was all about brewing IPAs, and it was going to have a sword theme, and I was going to name each beer after a sword. Masamune, Claymore, Excalibur, kind of steal exactly what Ballast Point did with Fish.
Sculpin, yeah.
And I never got anywhere more than like a serious talk with a couple people, but looking back, I'm so glad I never opened up a brewery or had any money or really any time invested, because I would open up a brewery in my hometown and I would have given friends free beer. I would have been over serving everybody.
Broke so fast.
I would have been, well, if you can beat the market saturation, you can get away with that for a little bit. Like I've worked at breweries where it's just like friends hiring friends, and you're dating coworkers and everything's cool, and you're going out with your coworkers after that and everyone's getting annihilated. You can't really do that anymore. So to start with that, and then just be like, hey, I'm going to change this now, and we're all going to be this perfect business. We're going to be this well-oiled machine.
Straight edge,
it would have never happened.
Kind of thing,
it would have never happened.
Yeah.
Not even close. So Trent, what was your idea now or ever with opening up a brewery? Was that never in the cards?
It's always like kind of like a thought in the back of my head.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's something I like seriously consider, at least right now. But I think if I were to do it, I would keep it small. I wouldn't have any like, I don't think any dreams of making like the next, Bud Light or anything like that, Budweiser or anything like that. But just keep it small, keep it local, And it's that way I can also brew the beers that I want to brew. I feel like once you start getting so big, it's like people only want IPAs. So now I got like 7 IPAs on tap. I want to do
IPAs and lagers, really.
Right.
That's what everybody drinks.
And when
everybody wants.
Yeah. And when I was thinking about this, at this time I was like, the craft beer can only go up and up and up, and there's never going to be a bubble that's going to burst. It's just going to get more and more and more and more popular. Dead wrong, especially in San Diego.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you got to find like your neighborhood. You got to find your community these days. It seems like everybody is just going after the local market and pinning that down.
Just everything's getting localized. Yeah. And I talked about this with Adam X Beer. At that point, I understand that there's pride of ownership with making your own beer and selling it to people, but there's also just, I definitely heard that.
I heard that.
Midnight Madness, man.
I heard that from your mic, yeah.
No better space than the Hoppy Hour to be a home brewer. Much love, Midnight Madness. Thanks, Braj. Everybody wants to make their own beer and sell their own beer, but there's also a pride of ownership in just running a business. And whether that business is, handing out newspapers or picking up dog shit, I think it's
It's something you started, it's something you created.
Yeah. Just have have a tap house in your city with maybe 15 of your favorite beers on, and you're not competing with anybody, and you're just having them on in a cool, maybe little neighborhood or suburbia or by the coast, and maybe just running a squeaky clean, by the books business is probably more in the cards for me today than actually owning a brewery and having 10 different styles that all have to sell and you're brewing around the clock. And I don't know about that day anymore. Unless you just have so much money that you don't care and it's just a passion project, then that's a whole other story. But if you're going to take this risk and gamble with all these things, that's the scariest idea I could think about these days.
Yeah. No, I have a question. Noam, do you have how many breweries are on Rhode Island?
Oh, that's a good
Pawtucket.
question. I think we're close to 40 now.
I
Damn,
think that's a lot.
that is a lot.
That's a
around
lot
40.
for how small Rhode Island is.
Yeah.
Who's making a ton of money?
And there's, oh gosh,
who's-
I'd say probably Long Live. They just expanded into Massachusetts. They're opening up a second brewery. They're like one of the standouts here,
Hey,
and Narragansett too.
we got a special guest here for Trent right here. We'll come back to this really quick. My buddy Tristan Mickelson, who lives in Australia. We were friends back in the Vista craft beer heyday. Tristan, how are you, man? He moved back to Australia from here. So if Tristan, you could recommend any places for Bottom Right, Mr. Trent Brajsho, when he goes out to Australia, what, next month?
Next end of this month, actually.
End of this month, man.
Nice.
Let us know, Tristan. Hope all's well, bro.
Yeah, thanks, Tristan.
He's a bouncer at Booze Brothers. He's like 6'4". This guy could beat the shit out of.
Maybe I've seen him around.
Gavin.
Yeah.
I think I could take him. No,
Noam, is there any satellite tasting rooms up in Rhode Island? Is there breweries that have more than one?
not that I can think of. I think it's all just one location, like with the exception of the one I just mentioned, Long Live, where they're opening up a second brewery in Mass, but none where where they don't brew the beer there, if that's what you mean. Like,
right.
It's always brewed on site.
Right. Yeah, I think San Diego's kind of in a league of its own for that, because I don't think most cities are like that. Like the Thebrajsho, was there a lot of satellite tasting rooms in LA and all? Is there breweries that have more than one tasting room in their own city in Austin?
No.
That's a San Diego thing?
No, so there is. I know there's at least one. I'm trying to think who else might.
I feel like
'Cause-
all the tasting rooms in LA are like other breweries, like Firestone or something like that. You know. It's
What do
not
you
like
mean?
local stuff. Like Firestone's got like a tasting room in Venice area. You know, it's not like local LA places that have.
Got it.
that LA.
Okay, so Firestone up where Lompoc or Paso Robles has a tasting room in LA, but it's just there's no production.
I don't know. I actually haven't been, but
Kill Switch.
you know,
Satellite tasting room is a tasting room where it's your beer. You only sell your beer there, or you can have a couple guest taps, but there's no production. So obviously, you want to get your biggest margin out there is going to be your beer on draft. So that was kind of a San Diego thing. There's a lot of brands that have 3, 4, 5.
Only one I know that does that here in Austin is Pint House.
Where was the other
They
Pine
have
House?
they have like 4 different locations.
Oh shit! Okay.
Like,
Making
no,
money.
three different locations. My bad.
Pine
Sorry.
House is the shit
So-
too.
So they had that main brewery that we went to. Then they have a Pine House Pizza in Round Rock, and they also do brewing there. And then they have the Pine House on Burnett. I don't think they do any brewing there, but they have their beer and pizza there, kind of thing.
Duly noted. Hell yeah, Kill Switch. There's a few breweries in Nebraska that have multiple tasting rooms across the state. The bummer about that, though, is the further they are away, the harder they are to manage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
right.
Oh, no doubt, no question.
So mostly I was pretty close. It looks like 38 breweries at the moment in Rhode Island.
God, that
Which
seems like
is-
a lot. That seems like as many as Nashville or something.
I feel like that's more than Austin.
How many breweries are there
Wow.
in LA, Trent? With everything, I guess it wouldn't be satellite tasting rooms because there's only a couple.
I think that,
But if
I
you
wanna
were
say
to-
there's like 50 something.
But nothing like San Diego, not even close.
I don't think so.
I mean,
It's over 25.
how long have you been in San Diego now, Trent? About a year?
Just past a year, yeah.
Are you trying to hit the San Diego breweries like Westview and?
I'm trying to do them all. By the way, there's 95 breweries in LA.
That's a lot.
Have you been to Pure Project?
Yeah.
Which
I've been to
one?
multiple. The Carlsbad one and
Right by my house, old house.
Yeah. I was just there this weekend.
That place makes money.
Yeah, it does. Right next to Handles.
Yeah, that place makes even more money. It's an ice cream place.
But yeah, it's cool. They're a cool spot.
Yeah, they came in with deep pockets at COVID.
How many locations do they have? Like 3 or 4?
They had well, they bought the old Iron Fist, and Iron Fist used to be downtown in Logan Heights too. I don't know what's going on with that. Stephen Plass, cleaning beer lines. Is it okay to leave Star Sand in the lines? Yes, but more often than not, you just want to change the lines out. It's just
I
don't
change
know.
my lines about once a year.
Yeah. Does anybody actually even clean their beer lines with caustic?
No, I
There's
just
no
use
way.
OxyClean when I'm like cleaning out my kegs.
Just run hot water through
Same
it.
here, PBW.
If I feel extra, I'll do PBW. Otherwise, just go to the next beer.
I made an Oxy video or a
It's like if
caustic
I'm cleaning
video.
out my keg, because I want to run it through the dip tube,
same.
I'll just use the tap line to just clean it
Cheers,
out. And I'm
Steve.
like, all right, cool. It cleans out the line as well, and then flush it with hot water. And then I'm like, all right, cool. And then if I put Star Sand in my keg to to sanitize it before filling, to push the Star Sand out, I just run it through the beer line.
Yeah.
Have you guys made the switch to the EVA barrier stuff?
What's that?
So I have that for my gas on my big keezer, and then I have it for my liquid on my small kegerator, my kegerator that I have for the whatchamacallit, when I go to farmers markets and stuff like that.
Nice.
So I don't have one that has both gas and liquid EVA barrier.
Yeah.
One problem I'm having is I have on my gas.
Good question, Derek.
Sometimes if the gas is not hooked up to a keg or something, it'll pop the line off and drain my whole tank.
Whoa.
Jeez.
I've had it happen twice. It just happened to me recently, and I'm just like,
That's the
I don't know.
worst.
It's because like the cut wasn't nice, or the fitting that's on my, because I don't have their gas post. I have the attachment that you put to a normal gas post.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm gonna get one of theirs and make a fresh cut,
Yeah.
stick it in there, and see if that makes any difference. But that's the only time I've had issue with it. But I love like how small the regulators are and how clean it is.
Regulators. Trent, this beer
Nice.
sucks, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of like, did we just move on to the next? But I don't want to
Just
dump.
No,
chug
never.
the rest and
never
grab the
waste
next
beer.
All right, I need another beer.
Going back to your sour.
No, I'm gonna get that 9.1. Fuck it.
Let's go, baby.
Yep.
Let's fucking go. I didn't have any food today. I went to bed at 5 o'clock last night. Woke up at 9. Had a coffee and a cookie for breakfast, and then just been grinding. So I'm probably gonna get drunk like last week tonight. But it's all good.
Order some pizza right now.
I don't know how that works in Knoxville. No, it's good, man. It's all good. It's all good.
Let's
We're
get
just
some
gonna
Taco Bell.
we're doing the liquid diet. We're drinking for Lent. But this beer sucks, man.
It's
That's
it's
too
a
bad.
struggle to get there.
You know what it reminds me of? If Trader Joe's were to do an IPA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, one of those like supermarket beers or whatever.
Simpler times.
Damn,
Trader Jose,
it sucks that
yeah.
you guys are like reviewing all these beers before you even try them, and it's like now I'm gonna because I want to go into them like empty-minded, so I need to just get hammered tonight, so I forget
No.
everything you've said about these beers.
You got to look at it the other way around, Ali Oz. Have the next time you're hosting people at your house and there's a guy that wasn't invited or you don't like, you know what beer to give him to now. You know? The glass is
There you
half
go.
full the other way, man. Use this.
I like that. I like your style.
Yeah.
I like your style.
and then hype
All right,
it
I'll
up
be right back.
and see if he's real. Be like, this is the best beer ever. He's like, yeah, this is good. I'm like, you fucking idiot.
Right.
Everyone hates this beer.
Oh, one of those people. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't go into someone's house and be like, this beer sucks. That'd be a piece of shit.
Or you just
move.
bring it to a party and you're just like, leave it there. Leave it at the house.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. Or your friends that will drink anything, or the alcoholics, give it to them. You know, there's a lot of things you can do with bad beer. Beer is liquid bread. Eric Nystrom. Eric Nystrom, where you from, man? Is that a German ... over there? What's that called, Brusho, above the O?
Umlaut?
Umla. It's like either German
Probably
or
like
Norwegian, correct?
Dutch. Yeah, somewhere up there, I would bet.
Just dumped out 3/4 of my heft today. Need to get hammered and cry. Damn, that sucks. Sorry, Kill Switch.
Oh, that's too bad.
What happened?
See if
What's
I
the
get
most
this.
you guys have
We're
ever
waiting
dumped?
around like he's gonna say something.
Yeah, come on, jump in. What's the most you guys have ever dumped? Have you ever dumped like a whole batch?
Yeah, about 10 gallons, I'd say.
Smoked beer.
Ooh.
Did
10
a double
gallons?
batch of a Pilsner that didn't really turn out that well.
I've done like 4
I
batches.
think like maybe a gallon to or half a gallon or so. Yeah, half a gallon to a gallon.
maple bacon bullshit vegan.
It was
sugar
the end
beer.
of my Fruity Pebbles Pale Ale. That thing,
Yeah.
it just was tasting off at this point, but it had been on tap for over a month at this point. So it's just like the very end of it, and I was just like, it's not tasting good anymore. I'm done.
Wait, what happened to that 10-gallon Pilsner that you dumped? What's the story there?
Oh shit, yeah.
Well, that's the unfortunate thing is I brew a lot of 10-gallon batches. So when they're good, I have another keg and it's awesome. It turns out, but when they're bad, I have to not dump just one keg, but 2. So it kind of sucks. But yeah, if I remember correctly, too much green apple. Just like as soon as I can detect it, there's just no getting around it for me. So I gave it a couple months. It didn't get better, so I just dumped it.
Yeah.
Is what it is. But
Ooh, that's
those are one of the few
really
times,
good.
thank God.
Noam, I got a question for you.
Sure.
So I've heard mixed reviews about Boston in regards to the video today. Some people have said you can go around Boston and walk everywhere like it's in Nashville, and some people said you have to Uber everywhere like it's
I disagree with that. Yeah,
You
strongly.
cannot
have to
walk
Uber.
everywhere in
Yeah,
Boston.
not at all.
I mean, you could take public transport, like the T and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
And if
But you still
don't
have to
get
take
shanked-
some form of transport. You can't just walk.
Okay. No, and
No.
the video that I made today was clearly just a video that I had backlogged and I had all the B-roll for. And it,
Right.
by no means is it like this is the 5 best beer cities. A, that's impossible to prove. B, that
Yeah. What are your qualifications?
Nashville wouldn't even be on my list.
His opinion.
I just had the footage of it. I think Nashville's awesome, but after one day, you're like, fuck, man. Like, how many days can you hang out at a fair? How many days do you want to go to downtown Pacific Beach in San Diego? Like after like the 3rd time you see a cop arrest somebody, you're like, let's go back to where it's normal.
Yeah.
All right, Bruce Show, let's just do it, man. Let's crack that cheesecake beer.
All right, I got to finish this one. NBC.
It's going to be tough. Boom, 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 boom.
Just say it.
Super boozy, like
I know what we have to do.
9.1%. I'm gonna get wrecked off of this beer.
Good. All right, let's go get that. Let's go get the beer.
Something light, something easy.
All right.
I wish I remembered it, Alias. I'd talk to you about how it tasted, but I don't remember.
Yeah, Noam got way too fucked.
Dude. Yeah, that was a bad.
Just like straight Keef bowl or what? Oh, no, we're back. Never mind.
I was drinking beers like all day long. I was like smoking. I made these things called like shotgun shells, and I
Oh
think I had,
yeah,
like, 3 or
dude, those looked so good. Did you cook the pasta
really good.
before you smoked it?
I lightly parboiled it, yeah, because I didn't
Parboiled
have
it,
time
okay.
to let it sit in the fridge for like 4 hours. That's what I've heard the recommendation is. So I just
Yeah,
like
I've heard to like
parboiled it.
also just like straight up freeze them like after you cook them, so they hold shape
just-
better.
That, and you got to give them time to absorb some of the moisture into the pasta, so it's not like hard and crunchy.
You're
when
right. It's not
cutting
hard
it.
and crunchy. Yeah.
yeah, it turned out really good. They were phenomenal. Like I said, I wasn't expecting much because it was my first go at them, but it's definitely something I'm gonna make again.
Nice.
And when I'm sober, hopefully.
So the good news
Like,
is that I
actually
don't think
enjoy
there
them
is. Sorry, what's up?
No, you're good. My bad.
No,
Are you going with the nasty?
I'm getting in here, and I think that we're good. I think it's not lactose. It's yogurt powder. I think breweries that know what they're doing are done with lactose.
All
It's
right,
the-
let me grab it.
Honestly, I think it's the
are you
worst
surprised
beer.
I'm
the worst.
surprised you're willing to take such a risk after that last one.
It's not lactose. It's yogurt powder. I think we're good, man.
okay.
Is that
But hey, man, if nature
Okay,
calls,
that's cool.
nature calls. Hey, big shout out to everybody who watched today's video. It's bombing, but it's all good. Everyone's here. We got content out. I'm more bummed out that all y'all in Nome didn't get the USPS packages that the Thebrajsho got, the beers we're drinking right now, which doesn't make no sense because Trent's out there in San Diego, which is fucking 2,500 miles away from me, and these guys are half the distance.
so? I found the receipt that I sent for my USPS bill, and it was $55 to send all 3 packages.
3 packages.
Because one was hat, one was beer for you, so you got 2
Oh,
packages.
okay. So, okay.
And
Damn,
so
really?
yours was $19, Gnome's was $20, like $21 to ship.
I always just go with flat rate because I know the beer.
Because I want priority shipping.
Okay.
That was my fault on that. I should have just gone flat rate.
But it's
It
still
would have been a
cheaper,
little bit
man.
cheaper.
What up, James Andrade? What's up, Raj? I'm gonna wait for dude. That smells
Do
amazing.
you have like a reaction to lactose or something? Are you intolerant?
Yeah, I think it was one of those things where in the '90s we all drank it growing up. You know, it was like
Drank
you
too
can't,
much of it
You
and
can't.
then
Well, no,
screwed you over.
we.
Code Red?
I think we stopped drinking lactose, so we stopped drinking milk. But when my parents were married, we sat at a dinner table every night, and it was like you can't leave the dinner table until you finish your milk. It'd be like this warm ass fucking
I have to
lukewarm
bring up.
thing, and we would drink it. So we had all this this immunity towards it. And then my parents got divorced or whatever, and it was just kind of like make your own dinners or whatever. So I lost that, and I never went back to drinking milk. So now when I have milk or what's lactose derived milk sugar,
Yeah, it's milk sugar, yeah.
milk sugar, I'm not ready for it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So, okay. This I have to bring up. I didn't know people drank milk at dinner till I was in college.
I think it's a white people
Right?
thing, a white person thing.
And it's a white
sounds-
people
it
thing.
definitely is.
The
It
only
definitely
people who I saw do that were white people. I was like, what the fuck why are you having milk for dinner? That's a breakfast thing.
Do you remember the milk commercials though?
was
In the mid '90s, it
Milk
was
shit?
Claudia Schiffer, and Michael Jordan got milk, and everybody was
yeah.
like pushing milk.
Yeah, the biggest sports stars, the biggest names in Hollywood.
pushing
like,
milk.
All
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And it was
propaganda, man.
it was like that,
big milk propaganda.
but it was that one
Yeah, it
thing where
was.
it was,
sure.
yeah. I mean, like it was all the milk brands. It wasn't one brand. It was like Got Milk or like Got
It was
Beef.
just milk in general.
It was just pushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, they got money from the
Milk
government.
industry, yeah.
They got
That's
so-
hilarious.
Yeah.
Subsidized.
Because there was so much they had produced so much and they needed to sell it.
Well, they had all the, before social media, it was getting Michael Jordan that full page ad in Rolling Stone magazine or whatever. And it was a full
Yeah.
thing. And he'd be standing there and everybody had the fake milk mustache
The milk
on.
mustache.
The milk
yeah,
mustache,
that was
yeah.
a huge campaign.
They
Oh,
just brought that back.
Wayne
Did you see the
Gretzky?
Aubrey Plaza.
No.
They were bringing it back.
No, the tree milk.
Yeah. She
Is
had
that
the-
real or
That's
is that a
funny.
joke?
Yeah, it was a joke. It was
It
a
was
complete
making fun
joke.
of like plant-based milk.
Plant-based milks, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Hey, we got a new member in here. We got some new blood in here, man. We got to jump his ass in, man. What's up, Stephen O? Exclamation. Much love, Raj. Thank you, Stephen. All right, Trent, what do you say? Did you crack it?
I cracked it.
All right. It smells good.
Smells good. That's where. How's it look? Unfortunately, I can't see the Discord thing.
Ooh, it looks good.
Whoa, I just got a
Nope.
super bomb here from Zach 8, man. Just donated $50, man. Zach, you're the barrage, man. Big shout out to him. Fuck the lactose, especially in beer. Zach, I haven't seen that cat with the umbrella eyes in a minute now, man. Much love, man. He's always showing
Good
love.
shit.
Yeah, check out
I
Zach
like getting
8
small
Man.
amounts.
Thank you, Braj. Much
Like
love, dude.
4% range.
There we go.
I don't know.
Crazy
about this
cat.
Crazy Cat's rocking
that does look
rocking the overdosing on acid right now, man. It's all fucked up on lactose. That lactose cat.
It has a strawberry look to it.
one. Dude, I don't know about this one.
It's a $22 4-pack.
Jesus Christ.
Damn. Fucking the count is 0-2.
Jesus, take the wheel. I don't know about that.
Well, how would you do graham cracker? Obviously cinnamon, but how would you do the?
Well, you could just throw graham crackers in the mash. I'm sure that's what they did.
That or like a little bit of honey and like biscuit malt.
Trent, I like this beer.
Yeah,
You
biscuit
want mine?
malt.
You can have mine.
You want mine? Last time I ever sent you beer, you piece of shit. I'm
No,
just
no,
kidding,
no,
man.
no.
I'm
I think
kidding.
we have a lot of good things coming. We're just
I'm just
picking
kidding,
the
man.
weirdest ones first.
Ale
Went
brew-
downhill from Bud Light.
That Bud Light, though?
Bud
strawberry
Light was close, my boy.
strawberry cheesecake
Right, that was the high
parfait.
note.
We got to get 8 Man on here soon, man. Him and Noam are the only people who've been on here who have passed out while we were live.
We'll
Oh
see
my
after
God.
Oh yeah,
this
honey
8%.
malt would be a good one. Yeah.
Did I really
like
fall
honey
asleep? I mean, I was like this. I know that.
Standing at least. So
You know Mortal Kombat when you get fatality and the guy's knocked out?
Oh,
but he's
yeah,
still- yeah.
Holy shit.
Finish him.
that's
Finish him, and you just don't finish him.
Yeah, you can't do Malort or Keef when you're live on the internet, man. I don't think it's gonna end well.
Ugh. Wait, Zach was doing Malort?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he was doing shots of Malort at that one. Yeah.
Took that one down too, man. Because we get drunk on here, and I don't, it's all good when we're all drinking, but just
Wait, we do?
Yeah.
to look at that.
But you see it sober, you're like, oh.
Yeah, I have to
I
stomach.
didn't even try to watch that the next day. I was like, I can't even do it.
I left
I'd
it
be
up
so
for a
embarrassed.
little bit, and then when we were
Yeah.
talking about like taking shits and wiping our asses and all that stuff, I was like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like if you,
Oops.
yeah, if you wipe your ass, but you didn't shit your pants, like, yeah, we're
Yeah.
we'll drink a couple
What
more.
is that?
percent. I don't know.
we'll talk about it later.
We're talking about Simcoe versus Mosaic.
Right.
Yes. And obviously it's Simcoe.
Genus Peter, Spokane.
Wow.
Spokane. I would love to go to Spokane. Has anybody in here been to Spokane or anywhere in Washington outside of Seattle?
I'm going to Seattle in
Okay.
July with my mom.
Man.
Seattle's the shit.
Spokane is basically Utah.
Yeah. Peter said he can run a mile over there and get a beer and then run back.
Or Idaho, whatever's up there. Sorry to all the Pacific Northwest.
Well,
people.
that was a thing during COVID when Washington shut down hard. He could go over there and it was wide open. That's how
Oh,
I know
nice.
about
That's awesome.
Yeah. And we're
By the
gonna
way,
end, we're gonna
Brenda,
end it.
that's
We're
when
gonna
you
end it
launch
right at
it.
that. We're gonna go ahead and just put the capiche on that right there. Yeah. Poorly like that though. I believe I typed finish him. Oh, beer quaz is on it. Sorry.
What's up, beer boy?
Northwest Small Batch. He says Spokane is meh. And, if I'm going to Spokane, it's to see Peter. He came to Knoxville.
Yeah,
for sure.
And
Yeah.
Knoxville's my vibe. Everything's subjective. All you guys said it's a little bit too small for him. Totally get that. He's got
love
a.
Too small?
What's up?
You said it was too small?
All he has does a lot. He's there ain't no racetracks out here in Knoxville. There's not
I
barbecue.
mean, you guys do have some cool dirt tracks and stuff like that out there, and
I wouldn't know.
whatnot. But I don't know. Like I love the vibe. Like it's a nice chill vibe. I wouldn't even wouldn't mind like owning property there, right? Like
That's kind of the thing. People that come out here. they're
honestly,
like,
I was like looking at properties. I was like, fuck, I could Airbnb that shit.
yeah,
Like
Yeah.
I
and
know.
just make money off of that. Like
I know.
that would be fantastic.
That's
Dude, I
why.
often think about moving back to Indiana and be like, man, I could have a fucking mansion for what I would get in
Right?
California.
Right?
And I didn't want to get political in that video, but it's so nice. And you can talk about taxes and whatever without talking politics. From going to pay, 23% of your income in California to not having income tax and paying 15%, it's tough to go back.
Yeah,
to
that's
that.
state
tough.
income tax. Yeah.
State income tax is the biggest scam of all time. I went down this weird
taxes
road
in general, but yeah.
But at least with federal tax, at least what I know with federal tax, we've got the military and we've got a very good mailing system. United States Post Services is phenomenal.
USPS works pretty damn good.
They work pretty damn good. I mean, not for you guys, but for the Bruce Show today. But
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's right.
Did you kill it, Trent?
No, I'm like sipping it.
Yeah.
Very slowly.
Okay. But with state income tax,
What's the ABV on that beer?
it's 8%.
Ooh,
Very
8%.
sweet.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
It's very sweet.
Yeah.
And with state income tax, it's one of those things where I don't care what state you're in. It doesn't matter at all. There's nice roads. There's bad roads in every city. There's there's this, there's that. Every city has this and it has that. There's 5 classes of every city and every state. And, Trent, when I was in San Diego, we didn't catch up with each other, but I was staying off Oceanside in college, man. And that was when the fucking 78 was shut down, like right over where El Camino was. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I was like,
Sinkholes.
yeah, they were chopping up the freeway during the midday, and I was like, man, I used to pay all the state income tax. I mean, there's always going to be wear and tear and stuff like that, but it just took me so long to get everywhere because I was off the 78. And for those who don't know, it's an east-west freeway that I need to take to the coast. So I would get off at whatever and then get back on at El Camino, and I was like, dude, I just want to go like 5 or 6 miles, and it would take 45 minutes.
They're still working on that, man.
They are?
Real quick, that bugs me when
Fuck
they do
that,
like
man.
highway construction midday. That should be stuff that's like 2 a.m. to like 6 a.m.
Right.
But you gotta pay guys more to do them to pay them graveyard. So it's either, hey, let's just say fuck the people and let's just do it from 9 to 5 and save money, or let's spend more money and be more accommodating to the people that are paying taxes. And I don't know. At the end of the day, I pay 15% taxes now, and it's awesome. I can finally afford health insurance. I can save money. It's exactly what you guys are all talking about. Trent thinking about moving back to Indiana and this and that. And
I'm not thinking about it.
What I said in the video is what I truly believe. Don't look at state income tax like tax. Look at it as a fee to live in that state. Hawaii is very expensive.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's just a fee. Once you start going down this rabbit hole of what is money paying for, you're wasting time.
You can look at other states that have state income tax tend to have the higher incomes, right?
For sure. New York,
in states that have state income tax, I'm like, oh shit, I could be making more. I'm like, wait a minute, let me do the math on that.
Yeah,
I'm about even because of the state income tax.
Right.
And especially if that state has a higher cost of living than where I am,
they're gonna get you.
That's even worse.
Yeah. New York, Washington. Surprisingly, Oregon doesn't have one, but that's a big thing, man. And no, it's just tough to. It's gonna be tough to ever live in California ever again because it's just kind of a one-way streak. I think once you leave California.
Yeah.
Money's just a construct, man.
Well, that's what rich people say or poor people say. Yeah.
Man.
I don't need a job. I just manifest.
Yeah, but you always hear that shit on the people that go on Howard Stern. They're like, "What made you get into acting or stand-up comedy?" And Jerry Seinfeld's like, "It was never about the money. It's about your drive." It's like that's easy to say when you're worth $800 billion
when you're
dollars,
so rich.
dude.
Yeah.
It wasn't about the money. You were doing all those shows for free. You sure you?
You sure about that?
Yeah. You sure about that? Are you sure about that?
You sure about that?
That's one of my favorite things. It's
Sure.
overused, but it's still funny.
Have you watched that show?
No, I don't even know what it's from.
I just know the meme.
It's
I'm a gnome.
It's a Netflix show. I forget. What's his name?
You sure about that?
Oh my god.
That reminds me of the Chris or the Dave Chappelle joke, right when he came back out and he was working on new material at the Laugh Factory, and he's got like a little poor kid that comes up to him and he needs help. He's trying to figure all this stuff out.
I think you should leave. That's the show. I think you should leave. That's the show.
Yeah.
I'll check it
Great
out.
name.
It's like it's a super awkward, sometimes cringy show kind of thing, but it's hilarious.
No, send it my way. Shoot it to me on Instagram chat.
Instagram. Yeah, I got you.
But that Dave Chappelle joke where this little poor kid's down and out, and he's like, yeah, my buddy's just telling him keep his chin up and you'll be okay. It's like, well, keeping your chin up isn't going to like put, mashed potatoes and like chicken in your belly, like it really doesn't like do shit, you gotta figure out something. I understand that attitude's everything, but you still gotta like figure some shit out. Just keeping your chin up ain't gonna put food in your belly.
Yeah.
Nope.
Round Knoxville is pretty good still. I love Knoxville. I fucking love Knoxville. And even with Gavin here, it's just whatever. It's all good, man. He ain't gonna ruin this shit for me. Chris Radiation knows what's up. That show is fantastic. The Substitute Organis was hilarious. Yeast in the Barrage, man. What's up, dude? Rob, Battalion Rob, what's up, man? How are you, dude? My barrage down there in Florida. I'm never moving back to San Diego either. We got a lady in the house. Whoa, everybody just be cool. We got Love versus Karma. Everyone, just behave. Hi, all. New girl brewer here. Happy to have found you guys in all the Homebrew for Life videos. They're the best out there. Thanks, Love versus Karma. That's probably my mom.
True.
That's probably my mom. Yeah.
Or your sister.
I just paid her $20 on PayPal to say that. No, and I wish I could brew. I really wish I could brew.
You said you're gonna brew something this weekend.
I'm going to try to brew on Sunday. The reality of it is that I worked 40 hours last week. I'm trying to buy a house right now, and I'm trying to get pre-approved, and it is very time-consuming. It's way more time-consuming than I bought. It's way more time-consuming than I thought. I need help from my dad, not financially, but the power of the cosigner. So there's always like 3 meetings to talk to people, and they'll talk and then talk to me, or I'll talk and then talk to them, and to edit and to just do all this stuff is impossible. It's just not possible. Yeah. And I think about elementary brewing all the time. It's like you have a job, you have kids. I can't relate to you at all in that department. And you have a YouTube channel. How do you, I don't care if you're making $1 million. There's only so many hours in the day.
Yeah.
You send your kids to camp, and then, I don't know. I don't know how people do it.
He's got to be putting in hours, like late hours, after the kids are asleep.
And his videos are getting better too.
Yeah.
His production value is killer. Elementary,
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how people do it. I have one friend. I've got a couple friends. They're like, I wake up. They've got toddlers. They're like, I wake up at 4 a.m. just to like go in the garage and hit a punching bag. Like that's my 1 hour. That's my 1 hour to get, before people are hungry and screaming and complaining. That's my 1 hour. It's like, yeah, but on YouTube or brewing, you can't do shit with 1 hour. You can't do shit with 1 hour of editing or writing, or you can get a workout in.
I mean, he keeps it pretty simple. Like he's talking to camera, it's not like he's doing voiceover and stuff like that. So
yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you can put out videos faster when you're filming yourself, but they're going to be a lot more concise with voiceover. Right. For me, I would have to still write shit out, even though I film myself. But everyone, remembers things differently.
Yeah.
No, man, shout out to him.
Well, yeah, I know. And we're just waiting on Aliyah to start his channel, so then we can really talk.
So I can be a proper YouTuber, brewtuber.
No, I want to brew, man. I really want to brew. I want to.
What are you gonna do?
What to do a YouTube channel? I would probably go into the barbecue world. I don't know.
That's definitely going to be when I buy a house. Yeah. So again, man, like just the back and forth with people. When you put out one little inquiry on trulyrealtor.com and everyone's just blowing you up, and they've got your email, they've got their text message.
Oh, the realtors are and shit like that.
Everybody, the realtors, the brokers.
Yeah.
The automated shit. And
just you got to ignore all that shit. Like when I was buying my house, I was getting all those random ass fucking emails. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. And now the game plan now is that I'm coming back to San Diego next month for a wedding. So I'm just like blocking everyone's number right now. All the people I'm supposed to have, talk to with my dad and all that stuff. We're just going to put it on hold. So I am going to brew.
Yeah. Good. What are you brewing?
What are you going to do? Yeah.
I'm going to do the Amber Lager. It's going to be the video with Adam Makes Beer. And,
gotcha.
Yeah, Trent, we talked about that because you're doing a collab with him as well, yeah?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You're doing the another weird beer.
Yeah. I'm taking on the he's got an award-winning Rausch beer. So
I was the one who told you not to do this.
I know, but I was like, there's something there, like a beer that nobody likes, and he's won awards with it. Maybe there's something there.
Trent, I nailed the recipe. It's a very easy recipe to do. All you have to do is buy smoked malt, and I had no idea what to do with this batch. I like smoked things I can eat, not smoked things I can drink.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's light on the smoke. Just like a
Well,
kiss.
the thing is, there's good smoke and there's bad smoke, and I feel like most smoked beers have that that really acidic, like bad smoke flavor.
Right.
It's just really cringy. Like you take a sip and you're like, ouch.
Chomping on cigarettes. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like,
It's not for everybody.
well, it's like when you have like
Yeah.
smoked meats and stuff like that. Like if you're running a clean smoke and all that, you're gonna have great flavor. You're gonna
Right.
get that wood, that nutty, that caramel flavor. And so it's just like the malt is just missing it, or they just smoked it wrong. Like I don't know what happened in that process, or because, and I think if you're making a smoked beer, the only thing I would think is like if you steep like tea leaves too long in water, like they get bitter and stuff like that.
Right.
And I think that's the same thing with the smoked malts. I think maybe put them at the last 5 minutes of your mash just to
Right.
get that hint of smoke flavor, because I feel like it might be too much to do like a 60-minute mash with it. You're just going to pull out the bitter flavors that you don't want.
But here's my thing about smoked beer. We all know smoked beer because of the famous one that comes from Germany. You guys have all seen it. It comes in that weird bottle. It's not a 17 ounce. It's not a 22.
Looks like a scroll is on the label.
Yeah, it's got exactly. It's got that yellow label. And have you guys had that? And your buddy brings it over and you crack it and you're like, damn, this tastes like a smoked beer. And he's like, well, do you want like another taster of that? You're like, no. Like I got it. Like it tastes exactly like how I thought it was, but
Yeah.
I don't want like another one of this.
Satho just did like they called it bacon beer, but it was a smoked beer. And it was like,
I really don't think anyone's ever done a good bacon beer.
it was like good in like
No.
this amount, but any more beyond that, you're like, no.
Yeah, the meat and beer thing is such a shock value menu item. And there's people that do obviously like the bacon and eggs breakfast stout. It's really just a stout. It's just a stout.
With
Was
like
it-
oats.
Yeah, like maybe a little bit of what's the smoky malt they put on it? What's the brand? The guy sent me like 4 pounds of it. Any which way, it's just a weird thing. It's a weird thing to do.
Yeah.
Love
We'll see.
versus-
So his Rausch beer is like a Helles Rausch beer. So I'm hoping it's like more Helles than it is Rausch. We'll see. I'll brew it. We'll see. We'll find out.
The Academy Award goes to the only guy that turned in an entry for the category. That's how niche it is. No, I'm kidding. Adam makes beer. Love versus Karma, prickly pear. Pear beer?
Yeah.
Well, Ollie's bottom
Ooh.
left is doing dill pickle beer next week, but prickly,
Prickly pear beers have been
beer,
good.
never had one. To me, that's definitely more of a cider.
I need to find one for you. I've had a couple here in Texas.
prickly
and-
pear?
Yeah. All right.
I love
One
that
was
beer
a
you sent
seltzer,
me,
one
bro.
was a beer. My bad.
Founders actually. We're talking about Founders. Founders had a
Rest
prickly
in
pear
peace.
sour that was really good.
Yeah. Burlington Beer Company, I've had a prickly pear beer from them. It was like neon pink, and
Yeah.
it was so good that literally you look around the tap room, everyone was drinking it.
Drinking it,
Everyone
yeah.
had the same beer.
That's awesome.
But so Jaggers is actually that's
Jaggers,
going to be
sure.
one of his next beers. Apparently, he's got a lot of prickly pear, like several pounds. So you might
Great.
want to talk to him, whoever that was talking about that.
Duly noted. Love versus
Blend and
Karma.
strain.
Tombstone Todd. Here I go learning stuff again instead of drinking. What up, Tombstone Todd? Aaron
the best part.
Wolfberger. CH, you need to try Yazoo's Brewing Sioux, an award-winning smoked porter from Nashville. Noam says, I love Yazoo. Am I saying it right?
I think
Yazoo?
Yazoo, yep.
Yazoo?
Yep.
Yoo-hoo, Yazoo?
I think so. I don't
Okay.
know. They're in Nashville. Really good brewery though.
What's-
They're into mixed firm, sours, saison. So it's like right up my alley.
Are lambics and Flanders still around? Was that kind of a thing from 2015?
Very rarely.
They're still around, but
Ooh,
mostly
I mean-
Belgium rather.
Yeah, the people who are making them are the ones who've been making them for a long
Yeah.
time. Like nobody's really coming out with new lambics or anything like that.
Yeah, but Lambic, that's from France or that's from Belgium? Flanders and
Belgium, yeah.
that's Belgium?
Belgium. Yeah.
It's an investment, right? You got to like several year investment to make those.
It's like whiskey
Yeah.
and wine.
I mean,
Yeah, because they have to be aged and stuff.
yeah, it's usually a blend of like 1 through 3 year beers.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess technically that's like a goose, but still, like there's a lot of blends going on. That's how you kind of stretch your supply. Like you'll have like some 3-year stuff, and you'll blend in some young lambic with it. From my experience, I've never ever had a good lambic that was made in the United States. It's always like lambic style, or what do they call it? There's like a phrase they use because they're not supposed to call it lambic, but I've never had a good one.
What about the one
Like,
that's in
that wasn't
circulation,
developed.
no? The Frambois, the one that's all over.
Yeah, the Lindemans. Yeah, like they make solid stuff. It's
It's expensive.
kind of more like commercialized lambic, but it is tasty as fuck. Like
Yeah.
it's so good. The raspberry version's so good.
I agree.
It's only like maybe like
Is that the one with the
3-something
elephant on
percent.
it?
No, it's got berries on it. It comes
No.
in a bottle. I know exactly what you're
It's
talking about, Dom.
delicious.
Yeah, it's killer.
Yeah.
Yazoo is
They have a couple
also
different flavors too.
discriminatory company. What does that mean? Does that mean racism or?
Probably.
Damn,
Let's see the
man.
Yazoo is also very Really? I don't know.
Do you just get to a
never
point
heard that.
where you're just going to go down in flames? You just get so big, it's just like,
Or you could just like be
Or-
like
I-
like respect humans and like treat them well. You know.
That's my first time hearing about that brewery. I don't know.
no, love
I mean, I
versus
wouldn't doubt
karma.
it.
Let's hear
And
it.
Everyone's capable of doing fucking awful things, but
I've always said on a long enough line, everybody could be cancel cultured. Everybody. Like even if you were laughing at, the guy bullying the kid or whatever in 3rd grade, it's like, what are you doing laughing? Hey, like, what if that resurfaces, it's just so weird that this shit still goes on nowadays, like no one sat down, looked everybody in the eye and were like, hey, like, let's fucking chill out or start with a new direct. I mean, I don't know, man. This is
one thing worth mentioning is you can't always like if an accusation is made, you can't just say, oh, that then they're guilty.
yeah, but that's
not
you're wrong, Noam, because we do. Whether you were accused or not, your
Well, that's-
reputation's ruined.
yeah. That's kind of my point. Is everyone does just like believe it like outright, and maybe I don't know, like
Noam, if you're a teacher
I'm
and there's
canceling Noam right now.
if
Noam's
hey,
questioning it, I'm canceling him.
hey, I always give my opinion regardless.
Hey,
of
no,
fucking
here's
people hate it or not.
here's what I'm saying. If I'm a teacher in high school and there's a girl that says I had whatever encounters with her and I didn't, whether it's true or not, my ass is fucking gone the next day. It doesn't matter. I've got to
I mean,
move and
you're
relocate.
guilty until proven innocent.
Exactly.
But that's
It's
a
no
problem,
longer
and
you're
that's kinda
innocent
why
until
that's-
proven guilty. It's you're guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah, that's my whole point.
Yeah.
Pretty much, that's my whole
Jesus, this
point.
9.1 is definitely doing a number on me.
Yeah. So back to the whole.
I'm doing another
3
button.
times
So
that,
back-
I was like, fucking hell.
So back to the whole conversation of like who wants to own this, new brewery and Coors Light and all this stuff. It's like
Okay, bro, bad.
it's kind of scary to have employees. What if you have? I'm not saying that like everything that happens, like what you get accused from is true. What if you just have like a batshit crazy employee that gets drunk and like sends out all these texts one night, and then in the morning like it's a joke or she wasn't this, but the wrong person got it now, and it's just like I worked all my life to start this brewery. I don't know. Let's just talk about something else. There's a million sides to every story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's just a million sides to every story. Obviously,
Detroit
nobody
or
any.
El Dorado.
Obviously, all these guys on here right now and everybody in here. I mean, I can't speak for everybody in the chat, but the guys here are good people. All the guys know them. Trent. No one's condoning any like this and that. And I mean, I don't even really need to say this or like, explain myself, but shit just fucking happens. The internet, the social media, like,
And people
Oh.
twist things and stuff like that too, right? Take things out of context.
I think the
Oh,
bottom
no.
line is that you don't care until you care. You don't care until you care.
Yeah.
You know, I worked at breweries. I was so stoked to get a job, and I've done this with construction too. And he's like, hey, man, can you just like come over and work a couple hours and help out? I'm like, yeah, I'll show up there. And he's like, hey, man, I can't really pay you this and that. Okay, cool. I'm just so stoked to be on full time and all this stuff. 6 months down the road, when we hate each other, you know, and I'm looking back, I was like, this guy fucking hired me for free and I could have been hurt and this and that. Like, you don't care until you care. Brucio, just say something. Not if
Hop
you're
Killer in the house. Hop
Yeah.
Killer is in the house.
What's a good way to get a hold of me? Right here, right now.
Dude, Cop Killer, you need to start making more videos.
Hey, we got Orlando in the house,
Orlando.
man. Big shout out
What's up,
to
brother?
yeah, me and Noah met him in Tampa Bay. Shout out to Orlando. That's Mike Johnson. Did that video get you out of some trouble? He was like, "Hey man, we got to you got to put me in the video." So my wife believes me that I went out and didn't do some other shit tonight.
Smart man, that's funny.
Yeah. Good way to get a hold of me? Instagram, bro. Love
Slide
versus
in those
Karma.
DMs.
Love versus Karma. How long have you been brewing? What's up, Jaggers? Welcome, Braj. Video is in the edit. Another
Oh,
brewery
yes.
spotlight.
Sorry, Trent. I'm plugging your video
I
here.
appreciate it, man.
She's asking about hop water. I was like, hey, I know a guy who did great video on hop
you go.
water.
Hop,
yeah,
Hop
did you see
Killer's got
more
killer
beer
production.
video on Hop Water?
I have not watched that one yet. That's been on my list to watch.
They actually went to Lagunitas and found
Oh,
out
nice. Lagintas?
They-
Nice.
how they actually brewed.
What'd you
hop
call
water.
it? What'd you call it?
Lagintas.
Lagintas? That's like a white person trying to say quesadilla. Quesadilla.
So that's how I thought that was pronounced for the longest time.
Chipotle?
And then I got told, I was like, you're an idiot. I'm like, cool.
What up,
thanks.
Orlando?
Maybe you should have drank a few more milks at dinner time. You would.
Yeah, right? I should have had some more milks.
Does Lagunitas have the biggest hop water in circulation?
I would say so.
I don't see it out here,
s-
but I would imagine.
Sierra Nevada has one.
I was going
too,
to say
but
Sierra
Florida-
Nevada might give them a run for their money on that.
What's
I would
theirs
recommend
one
that.
called?
Hoppy. One of them's called. I think Lagunitas is Hoppy Refresher.
I love that. I love those guys competing with each other to push shit because I love
Yeah.
both those brands.
It's good.
I love
and-
Lagunitas and Sierra Nevada.
Because then they're like, at that point, it's just like, all right.
Grade
like,
A
it
alibi.
keeps the competition good. It keeps like great, like quality
Yeah, for sure.
content coming out, you know?
I mean, Sierra Nevada makes way more money than Lagunitas. Way more money. Just based off the.
Yeah.
You can compare probably their stuff in bottles, but Sierra Nevada's hazy little something. What does Lagunitas
I love
have
that beer.
competing
I
with
love that beer.
I love that beer too.
Have you had their like Goza sour in the pink can?
Yeah, a little sour, a little something sour.
Yeah, that's
Sour
a
little
great
thing.
beer.
Sour
Like,
little
it's a-
thing.
Yet.
It's good beer.
like
yeah.
It's a great like. It's not like if you're going for like a proper sour kind of thing. Like
Yeah,
obviously
it's
that's
like
not for you. But like
3.6.
if you want like a good summer like sipper to like have during hot weather and stuff, fantastic.
That's a great example of a craft brewery adapting to like what's going on. Like,
Yes.
they got onto the hazy thing, and they're trying new things, but still holding on to their roots, which is cool to see.
Absolutely.
I agree with that, and I wouldn't call it a sour alias. I would call it a tart. I think
Tart,
anything that's
yeah.
like 3.2 to
Absolutely.
3.4 is a sour, and 3.5 to 3.67 is a tart. But tart doesn't
Correct.
sell. People think tart and beer is a whole new thing, So I'd put sour.
Right.
I would
They have
definitely-
they have to put the name on there.
You got to
right?
put sour on
So,
there, right? Like people are like, is it a porter or a stout? It's like whatever sells the best. Just call it that.
Best,
Fuck-
yeah.
Is it a dark lager, Negro Modelo, or Dunkel? Whatever sells the best, just put that up there. You
Speaking
know?
of which,
Oh, should we go in for the donkey? Badunkadunk?
we should.
All right. I think I'm
Go
drunk.
grab it.
All right.
Hells yeah.
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 I'm a little bit turned.
I told all I was know I was going to do an all-nighter last night. Still slept for 5 hours. No food, though. Just a cookie and a cup of coffee.
I don't know how you did it, man. I can't do that shit now that
No.
I'm 40.
I get so hangry.
Strikes,
Well-
like 3 days in a row.
I'll tell you exactly how you do it, Noam. The same way when you would go, not that, putting out a YouTube video is like when you would go on stage and open up for the Misfits or whatever. But when you're nervous, you're trying to put something out, you can't sleep and you're not hungry. Trent, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I don't even think about it. And it's not like I haven't had Adderall in forever, or I'm a meth addict, or I'm doing shit to curb my appetite. I'm literally just like, okay, how much work can I get done from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock? Okay, I didn't get shit done. The happy hours and 9 o'clock my time, I have 6 hours. How much more? Do I go back and look at Scrooged or Bill Murray videos, or take the Kingpin thing? And then another hour and by, it's like the last thing you're thinking about is food. Sometimes I don't shower sometimes there's been 48 hours where I just didn't shower trying to put out content. Didn't even think about it.
There's times when I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, shit, I have ideas and I got to write it down, you know?
Do you talk to
Can't
yourself?
sleep it. No, I just go to the computer and I'm just like, I got to write all this down while it's on my mind before I can fall asleep.
Yeah, and everything you do is pretty much voiceover, but do you think you don't talk to yourself at all? I mean, you don't really film yourself in front of the camera that often?
No, I look into the mirror. I look into my eyes.
No. I don't know if I believe you or not.
No, I don't. I mean, maybe internally.
You got this. You got this.
Daily
'Cause you're-
affirmations.
'cause you're-
Michael Jordan.
Because you're
Like
big enough,
SNL.
Ted Lasso.
you're smart enough,
good
and
enough.
gosh darn it,
Yeah.
people like you. No, Rachel's never called you out for talking to
I look
yourself?
fly. I look hood.
When I talk out loud, I'm talking to everybody in the room. You know,
Trent,
maybe at myself.
You
but
got to do
everyone can hear.
You got to do a clip now, Trent. If you look into the mirror and take the other shot, where you look in there and it's a picture of like Hulk Hogan from 1988. You know, looking back, like the yellow Hulkmania. You're like, okay,
This brother.
it's time
Listen,
to
brother.
it's time to upload. It's time to hit the.
By the way,
it's time to hit the
I haven't
publish.
heard anyone talk about that movie Scrooge, but that's like one of the best end of
yeah.
a movie I've
I
ever
watched that-
seen. Like,
I love Scrooge.
I watch that movie every
So
Christmas. It's great.
Trent has to. He's from Chicago. All those
Yes.
Second City guys are out there, man. That's
Chi-town.
That's the funniest
Represent.
guys who have ever lived. I love Scrooged. And I thought about using, when he gets dropped off at his brother's house and the cab driver's looking back, he's like, I don't want to go in there. And then he walks inside and he's opening up gifts from his brother. And he's got like fucking hotel towels that he gives them like every year, And there's no, man. Trent and I definitely know a lot about movies. A lot about scenes. We've talked about this a lot.
I grew up in front of a TV, basically.
What's up?
I grew up in front of a TV.
Yeah, but
Watching
everybody
movies and
else
shows.
did. But the way that me and you know about scenes from movies are the way that Goman knows about. I'll take a skateboard magazine with Goman and we'll just flip through it and he'll know if that was Switch or regular, where that location was, and who was the photographer. He sees it like an invention. Like somebody pulled, like if you're going to do a movie scene, obviously there's so much that got filtered out. And for them to stick with it, there was like the best writing and the best production. Like to me, that's like a magic trick. So I always kind of looked at movies like that. That was the way that Goman and my friends kind of looked at skating and surfing. When I was the guy that was all talking, I'm like, is that Switch? Like, what? Because skateboarding and surfing clips are like, doo, doo, doo. And I'm always the guy like, was that Nolly or Fakey or Goofy or whatever? And they're just like, CH, man, like, shut
Is that a Switchback 43000?
Yeah, but
dude,
to
I
them
did
it's
that on
like
Tony Hawk the other day.
But to them it's like a magic trick or an invention,
Right.
like a Mitch Hedberg joke. Like that's their thing at that spot, at that location. So I think Trent and me are more like that when it comes to cinema. Like what year that came out, or Tommy Boy, or Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I think we look at scenes like that. I think more specifically comedies.
I think I see cars like that.
I can see that.
What do you mean?
No,
like
what do you
the
see
make,
like
the
that?
model, whether it's stock
Noam sees
Yeah,
movies
like
that.
I can look like people have shown me taillights of like I've seen a taillight of a car like
You're like,
it's
that
nighttime and
salvage
I'm
title
like, oh, I know the
bullshit.
taillight.
Yeah.
I know what car that is.
That's when you're low key super passionate about something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then your friends call you out. They're like, CH, how do you remember everything? You're so weird. I'm like, shut up. No, I'm not. I'm like, I love knowing about all this shit. I love
Yeah.
removing all
Fucking
this
nerd.
shit. Yeah.
You're a fucking nerd, bro.
Yeah.
And getting that way with like beer. I've gotten like that way with beers too, right? Like knowing different beer styles. Like if people ask me like, oh, I don't know what beer to get, kind of thing. Oh, it's a Yeehaw beer.
We're going in,
Nice,
baby. I'll get that. I'm listening, all you guys.
but like
Fucking trend.
people will be like, I don't know what beer to, like, because I always tell people who don't like beer, I'm like, there's so many different styles of beers and so many beers out there. It's so easy to say. I'm like, what beers have you tried? They're like, oh, Dos Equis, Bud Light. I'm like, okay, cool.
That
You've all
doesn't
had the
help.
same shitty
Yeah.
lager. Cool.
Right.
What do you like? Fruity, sour, sweet, bitter. Like out of those, what do you like? Okay, this. All right. Do you like this or that? And then you can be like, try these beers then. You know?
Yeah.
Anytime.
Sorry, what's up?
I was
I'm going to go get that done. Hold up.
Yeah, you do it. I was gonna say, anytime anyone's like, I don't like beer, I'm just like, there's a beer for everybody.
Exactly. I have that
You
same
just haven't
mentality.
tried the right beer yet.
I have that same freaking mentality. And some people are, I think, too ignorant to even believe you on that sometimes.
Yeah.
And then I tell them, like, there are 99 beer styles. There's, like, wines don't even have that many styles. And to do each style, there's so many different ways you can do each of those styles. So it's not infinite amount of beers, different ways to do a beer, but it's pretty damn close with like adjuncts, the specialty malts, base malts are even like quite a bit too. And it's just like and hops, like God knows how many already hop flavors, like different types of hops we have.
Ever changing too. Yeah.
Right, and
question.
they're like hybriding different like hops. There's always new hops coming out, new types of yeast coming out. Like, there's so many different variables to each element of a beer. You're gonna find something you like.
So
You got to be consistent.
And I'm curious what you guys, what your answer to this is. But for me, what I found to introduce a lot of my friends that don't like beer, to get them into beer, it seems like sours is like the gateway.
No.
Same. That's what I found
Really?
as well too.
That's weird. That's
It depends.
interesting.
Like
think it
light
depends on
ABV
their-
sours, like 4 to 5% sours.
Like the Sierra Nevada beer
Yeah,
we're
and
just talking about.
I'm talking about fruited sours. I'm not talking
Yeah.
about like Flanders or Oud Bruin
yeah,
or whatever. Like
not this 9.1% beer. Like,
Definitely
well-
not that one.
I think you're right. Like, if you talk to somebody, they're like, I love kombucha. It's like, then try a sour beer.
sour beer. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
similar taste profile.
Agreed.
That's a good looking out.
'Cause I would say
Yeah.
at least 4, maybe 5 people I know that didn't like beer do like it now, and I'm talking like hazy IPAs, but their like entrance into like beer was sours, which I kind of found like even hindsight I find that somewhat interesting. I was just curious what your guys' thoughts were, but apparently Alias agrees.
I would
No,
think
like, yeah,
pale
fruited
ale would be
sours.
entry level, but I've been wrong before.
What?
Like a pale
Pale
ale?
ale?
Yeah, like just not West Coast IPA.
I think back, like, so when I got into craft beer, pale ales or like not too bitter IPAs were kind of like your go-tos. Like the 60-minute IPA, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. That was like my entry level into craft beer. And I think, and I'm surprised, yeah, Magic Hat number 9.
Yes, that was one
Definitely.
of mine.
Yeah, for sure.
Got pale ale.
Yeah, but the thing I
All
think,
about that beer. Holy shit, they're out of business now, unfortunately.
yeah, it sucks. Yeah, they went
Yeah,
under
Magic
pretty
Hat,
much.
Chris
They had
Radiation,
some
man.
really interesting beers.
Yeah, and I loved their like variety packs. They were so good.
Yep. Yeah, they always kept it interesting. They always had new stuff. But yeah,
Great
unfortunately,
flavors,
I guess,
great consistent beer.
yeah.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Chris
Magic
Radiation,
Hat
man.
Number 9 was such a good beer.
Much love, man. Pseudonyms are JV, junior varsity, man. Chris Radiation finally went by his real name tonight, man. He was the Barrage in Tampa Bay. We're going to hang out for BarageCon or HomebrewCon. And somebody asked earlier, Trent, did you go to HomebrewCon? Did that already happen?
Oh, it's in June. June 22nd to 24th, I think.
You're going to be in Australia, yeah?
No, I'll be back. I'm leaving end of May. I'll be back
May.
early June.
Yeah.
You're going to go to that.
Yeah, it's in town. Might as well.
All right, man. Let us know how it goes.
Who's coming is I think
Portly?
Portly Gentleman's coming, and
Yeah, he said-
Apartment Brewer, Steve.
Steve's coming out for that?
Yeah.
I hope they paid for
Man,
his
I take it
ticket,
back.
man.
Magic Hat is still in business. All right, never mind. I just never see their beer anymore.
Hey, Brusho, what do you think of this Yeehaw Dunkel? Is it a little smoky on your end?
A little bit, but it's the first beer I can drink easily tonight.
Really? This tastes like smoked catfish.
I mean, for a
It smells like
Dunkel, I
smoked
feel like it's
catfish.
pretty smoky. I would
For
feel like-
sure.
All right. I'm about to
Smoke will
kill
needs to be a beer,
this.
by the way.
Kill this 9.1.
Oh, yeah, let's
drain,
grab
and
another
grab
one, man.
beer.
Drain the main Vizzle, man. Oil flush.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. Who's Magic Hat?
Yeah, that's the beer we were talking about. Magic Hat number 9.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
It was an apricot flavor.
Magic Hat Brewery, yeah.
pale ale. Yeah,
How did
apparently
bu-
they do still exist. I don't know why I thought they closed down. I literally haven't seen their beer in probably half a decade at least.
Heard about it. Haven't
And I
seen
used
it,
to see
though.
that stuff all over the place.
Yeah, Ron Barnes is on your guys' side. Had a buddy who wasn't into beers, but now he's deep into sours.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know anybody about that.
But
No.
I'm not about that life.
Ain't about that sour life.
No.
And, I'll be honest.
love
like
sours.
even my sisters as well. Like they hate beer, but I would give them like my fruited sours, and they're like, "All right, I could drink this. Like if this was available, I'd totally crush this." But I don't know what that is. Like I don't know why. Because it's probably it's not your typical beer. Obviously, it's like far away from like a pale ale or an IPA. But
Right.
I don't know. It does seem to bridge the gap.
No, I think my sister would
is
be
mine,
exactly the same way. Like she does not drink
Yeah.
beer, but she's always drinking like probiotic stuff or apple vinegar stuff, So I think she'd fall right into that category. BrewCon in San Diego, Sab Diego,
Sab Diego, as I said.
BrajCon, baby. Yeah, Trent, when you coming out to Knoxville, bro?
That's a great question.
Wait till I buy a house, man. Which is probably
Yeah.
going to be like 4 more months from now. I thought I was going to buy a house next month. It's just not happening. Nothing's ever happening. Oh,
Yeah,
now
I'll
we
think
get
about
the USPS text messages. Whoa. Providence
Is mine at the FBI?
Dude, no, I think we got busted. When's that time you seen a redistribution?
I've never.
Oh, maybe that's RI, Rhode Island.
Yeah, probably.
RI distribution. Sorry, cut me off, man. Cut them off. No, I'm not even kidding. Check this out. God damn, I'm dumb. I'm sending this to you guys.
No, are you brewing anything right now?
A week and a half ago, I did a 1 barrel batch with my homebrew club, if that counts.
Cool.
Yeah,
How's
stoked
the
for
home-
no.
You've been doing the homebrew club stuff. How's that going?
Very well. I'm learning a lot. I'm trying a lot of different beers. Pretty much every time I hook up with those guys, it's like a bottle share, which is like
That's cool as shit.
kind of overwhelming. You're trying like 3 beers that from every guy almost, like,
Right.
and they'll at the end we'll crack like commercial stuff. So it's a really good experience. I don't normally I don't know. Doing this stuff online is like fine, but in person I'm really awkward, and like it's
No, he's
hard for me to
not.
like be so I see.
Don't listen to him. He's full of shit. He lies like a
I'm
rug.
glad you think that. I'm glad you think that. But like in my head, I'm thinking about this like the whole fucking time. But so it's
Well,
good. It's like
it's meeting new people.
forcing
I
That's
feel
my
the
headset.
same way. I honestly feel
Yeah.
the same way as you do. So I get it.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just like I'm trying things that make me uncomfortable, I guess, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. That's cool.
But it's cool. Really good dudes. There's a lot of support from local breweries for us too, which I'm finding to be absolutely amazing. Like there's a brewery that hosts us every week, and they're about to open up a new spot. And I can't really go into details, but they're gonna even go out of their way even more for us, which is really cool. So I'm looking forward to that as well. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I'm digging it. I'm glad I actually, because I told them the very first meeting, they're like, oh, thanks for coming, this and that. I was like, yeah, I almost didn't show up. Like I was like trying to come up with excuses not to come, but
Yeah.
now I have to go.
That's awesome. I actually you have me inspired. Club reached out to me, so I'm thinking about joining a local club. So we'll see.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that's what alcohol
Thanks,
is for. If you're nervous about hanging out with new people, just drink alcohol and you won't care.
Yeah, right.
Easy fix.
Like all right, so here's another example. Like we're a part of this like group chat type thing, and there's like still people I haven't met. But one of the dudes who I didn't meet, he's like, oh, I'm heading to this brewery if anyone wants to meet up with me. And I was like, fuck it, why not? I'll see you there in 40 minutes. And I didn't even know the guy. So like stuff like, it's just a cool local brew connection. I don't know. I can't even talk right now. But
Yeah. I mean, the fact that you both have common interests under beer and brewing.
exactly. So there's stuff to talk about. It's not like
Right.
I'm like searching for shit to like invent.
Yeah, and I
It's
feel
just,
I feel that weeds out a lot of weird people. Like if you're like, hey, you brew beer, you have a sense of responsibility, you know about this. If it was something like, I don't know, what would be a red flag?
You have a YouTube channel.
You want to come over and watch porn in my house? Like, yeah, I don't know if I'm into that yet. Like maybe I'll.
You want to be in my YouTube video where I?
Yeah, but I just feel like somebody who would be like, hey, let's. If someone brews beer, they have a sense of responsibility. If you're like, hey, I know this guy works out or he's a runner, like, hey, I'll go run with you or something like that. Like, I know he's got something. He takes care of himself enough. Not that, fucking we're drinking alcohol right now, but like to make alcohol is a different story. Drinking it's, on the booze hound side. But I feel like it's pretty. You would see a red flag in a home brewing thing pretty fast. If someone seems cool, I'd imagine they are.
Yeah.
But I give kind of everybody the benefit of the doubt. I'm not kind of weirded out by a lot.
It's one of your greatest strengths
What?
that you give everybody the benefit of the doubt.
Everyone's chill until you prove me wrong. Get over here! What do we got over here?
I'm still waiting for you to realize that I'm not that cool.
What are you talking about, man? You're my number one. Well, you got to come out to Knoxville. That would be cool if you guys all came out at the same time. The thing about the house, the thing that I'm going to probably end up doing, I'm trying to buy a 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom house with a detached garage. No one, all you guys could stay with me, but I would imagine, Trent, you're obviously welcome to stay with me, but I think if you came out, you'd be the rage and you might want to do your own thing. But
we could all cuddle up in the bed.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys the bed. Fuck, I'll sleep in the garage. I used to love sleeping in my garage.
Back off, war child. Seriously.
We're firing up the homebrew
Wait, your
club again?
garage in Carl's bed?
Oh, I used to love sleeping in that. In the beginning, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I bought a Walmart futon. I'd crash out there all the time.
It's so funny because like that spot was so sweet. Like when you think back on it, like the fact that you had that garage right there.
Dude, I don't know how we had that for 7 years. What does that place go for now? Probably like $3,000.
Probably, yeah.
So it's military officer housing that's been paid off since probably the 60s. And whoever owned that is just making buku bucks. Buku bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I wish I had a garage.
garage is a big thing, man. It's a very big thing.
I love my garage.
Garage is,
Ferment everything
I love
in this
it.
closet right here.
yeah.
Well, To what?
Everything I ferment is in this closet, which is like a 3x5 closet.
Can we get the tour?
What's
You guys
funny,
want to- here's
even,
where I
even though I have a garage,
why I
I
film my
ferment
shit.
everything inside my house.
got a new desk over here.
So like my coat closet gets a fermenter. Like if I'm doing multiple batches, first one's usually in the coat closet. Second one
I thought
is
you said
in
Coke.
my linen closet in my master bathroom. Then I have another closet in my toilet room that I ferment. And then worst case scenario, I'll throw it into the guest bathroom.
But you could brew in your garage, right?
I mean, I'd rather brew in AC.
Oh, okay. I feel you.
If I were to do any like non inside house brewing, I'd brew on my patio in my backyard because I have a 120 volt out there. I do have a 240 volt plug in my garage, so I could do like a 240 volt system, like claw hammer system. So all I would need to do is get the element and controller if I wanted to upgrade to 240, because that's all it really is.
Mm-hmm.
I wish Clawhammer would put out. I'm bummed that Ross left Clawhammer.
Yeah, it does suck.
Yeah,
It took a
how's
lot
he
of-
By
doing
the way, I
these
haven't
days?
seen it. I haven't
Well,
seen him update much.
He's got the cancer, and I talked to him a little bit. And
I don't know.
I was always friends with Ross through Kyle, so I would reach out when he would have an Instagram post or something in a story about cancer. I'd reach out. He was cool, but it was never like, "Hey, what are you doing?" It was always like, "Hey, thank you." So it's like, how much do I really want to keep hitting this guy up? I didn't really know like our level of friendship. I'm kind of sounding like Gnome right now, to be honest with you. But whenever he would post something about
sorry.
cancer, Gnome, I'm sorry. You know what? Together, we are a sorry duet. We've got nothing else to do with our lives except for be sorry. No, I'm kidding. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I know that when he left, it got him. Kyle's obviously Clawhammer's the backbone of that, but Ross was great in front of camera, and they had a great friendship, a great relationship. And he was kind of like my Maury. I don't have Maury. Kyle doesn't have him. He doesn't have Ross, even though Emmett is still around. I know that it's just different now, putting out content. What I'm trying to say is, if Ross still lived in Asheville, Clawhammer would be putting out more content. That's
For sure.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bottom line, all good.
I didn't
Cheers,
know he had
mate.
cancer. That sucks.
Wait,
He's
Ross
got
got
a-
cancer?
Yeah, he's got a weird.
Yeah.
He's got a weird form of cancer.
That sucks, man.
Is that part of his move to Colorado? Is that
No.
one of the reasons?
He did it for his wife. He did it for his wife, Jen.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Which makes him even cooler,
Right.
Like,
Is he
pack it
still
up.
working at Fat Tire? Then.
I thought that was the original Colorado move, and then
Right.
I heard they made it up to California. So I don't really know.
Gotcha.
He's gonna start appearing in my videos.
Hey, but that dude is genuine. That's
That
a
would be
good
so
dude.
sick.
Everybody.
That'd be
You
a
can tell.
different vibe to your video.
It would
Like-
be, yeah.
Trying to all calm and collected, and just Ross pops out of nowhere. What's that?
No, that they had a thing over there. Like, that was a cool thing. As small as
Lightning
homebrewing
and a
is.
vital. Kind
For
of like
sure.
yeah, like exactly what you said. What you had with Maury is just like, you can't
Loved
write
it.
that shit.
Can't write that
Yeah.
shit. And there was so many guys, Trent, that would come over and they'd be like, "Oh, let me hold your camera," or like, "You do it this way." Like, Maury was just like, "What do you want me to do?" Like, didn't argue. Not that I'm a director or anything, but some guys
Right.
would just come over and then like invite 3 other people over, and I'm just like, "You're not getting it."
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah, like no one's really getting this. Like, hey guys, like we're drinking. There's also a lot of expensive stuff out. In my mind, like a GoPro and a Sony A7 camera, and people are touching it now. And I don't know. Maury was never like that. Not even close.
He's a natural, man. Like you see him in those like interviews on the radio. He just takes control of the conversation.
He kills it, but I'm worried about Maury with his breathing, because the bigger he gets and the older he gets, the more he's wheezing. And it wasn't like that like 6-7 years ago. He's like he's out of breath, and I don't know if this is considered like talking shit about him or looking out for him, but
Looking out.
yeah, it's gradually gotten like it was when I was in town. And Maury's only like 4 or 5 years older than me. Like early 40s should, if you take care of yourself, you'll live for, at least another 3 or 4 decades. Maury, he goes for it though. He really goes for it. But hey, it's his life. It's not mine. Love the guy to death. Love seeing him. But at the end of the day, like, you can only keep a tab on like so many things and people. And
For sure.
yeah.
But also you want your homies to like live you, right? Like I don't know if maybe the word is outlive you or whatever, but like I want to be there for my friends' weddings. I want to be able to make that. So especially because like my dad passed away when I was super young,
Yeah.
and if I ever have a kid or whatever, like I never want to put my kid in that situation.
How old was your pops, Alias?
My dad was 54.
Yeah, it's fucking so young.
It's so young,
Yeah.
and so it's just like, and he missed out on some of the best years of my life. Like I've had some of the best years of my life most recently,
Yeah.
and it sucks that he's not got to like be in person for that, right? Maybe
Yeah, for sure.
like I don't know if he watches from me above or whatever, but like he's just not here, right? It's not I can call him and be like, yo, look at what I just fucking did, right? So so yeah, since I was 18, I've been seeing a cardiologist to doing blood work and all that because
He had high blood
I
pressure.
want to enjoy my barbecue. I want to enjoy drinking, but like
Right.
I want to be able to stay healthy enough to be able to do that
Yeah.
and not put myself at a risk kind of
Yeah.
thing. Be in like a risky
for Christ's
situation
sake.
with my health.
Right.
No, Alias, that's very smart. And when I do talk to Maury, I'm like, "What's up, man? How you doing?" He's like, "I'm killing it, man. I'm fat and happy." And I'm like, "Well, that's a good outlook, but like, okay, you know, like,
Right.
Yeah,
um,
yeah. It's that off. It's like because there are
taking
people who are
shots
content
with his
being
dog
chunky.
at like 8 in the morning." I
Yeah?
don't know if you guys follow him on Instagram, but he goes for it.
Yeah.
Who, Maury?
Maury is I'm an alcoholic. We already had this conversation.
Yeah,
Maury he goes for it. Like he the last time I was in San Diego, let me think about this. Maybe it was the time before that. But he was like, "Dude, I'm at South though. I've got really good health insurance. I finally talked to a doctor." And it was good because you got to talk to doctor. I don't give a shit if it's a psychologist or an STD person, unless you're like in a relationship or something. If you're kind of fooling around, like you need to like hear shit from people from time to time. Bottom line.
yeah,
And the doctor told him, he's like, "Hey man, like you're 42 years old, you're 275 pounds. You're putting a lot of problems on everything. Your digestive system, your knees, your ankle, like everything, like this and that." And Maury was like, "Hey, like I'm gonna kind of chill out or whatever." Like that's half the battle, just knowing it, like
right.
not turning a blind eye to it and just being like, "Hey, here's where the party is, here's where the action is. Let's just go have fun." That's a very easy thing to do, especially if you have a job. Especially if
Yeah.
you have a job. But that was the first time I heard Maury being like, "Yeah, like like CH, like I'm your height." And and I'm always like that piece of shit dude. And I'm like, "Dude, I'm so fat. I just got over 200 again." And I look over like Maury and Trevor, and they're just like, "Shut the fuck up. Like, shut the fuck up," It's like the 35-year-old guy that's at the bar complaining about being old, and these old like Vietnam sailor guys look over at him and are like, "Dude, like just shut the fuck up, or I'm gonna kill you,"
Yeah.
But it comes from love. But I remember it was the day we went to Pizza Port where Maury was like, "Yeah, like I'm gonna make a valiant effort to look after myself," and and I'm like, "We'll start tomorrow because I'm gonna get 2 more pictures of Swamis." But like how much?
You're not now though, right?
Yeah, but it just goes back to like being a product.
hilarious.
It just goes back to the being a product of the town we all kind of burned out in. Like
Yeah,
Noam talked about this in February. Like I did the sober October, the sober February without even thinking about it, even though I took a cheat day for Noam's birthday. That's a whole other fucking world when we're in San Diego with Booze Brothers and family and friends and shooting videos on Saturday and Sunday. That's a whole other world. That's a whole other level of dedication and self-discipline and willpower. And I think if Maury moved away, just kind of got out of it, which I don't really think he could if he really wanted to. It's just very easy to get soaked up in that ultimately, burnout lifestyle. Not saying he's a burnout, but
Right. Well, it's like something that I think we all kind of like have to think about and be conscious about. Like we brew our own beer.
Alcohol.
We have endless
Right.
beer on tap any moment we want.
Sure.
So it's easy to just go there every single day, after work and get trash.
Right.
But it's about,
right.
like,
Like you have literally alcohol on tap.
Right.
You can just
Yeah.
pour. Like you don't even have to open it. Like you literally just pull a tab
right.
and you're good to go.
it's about
Just
like
gotta use your
finding
thumb.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's finding that like restraint and like, you know,
For me, like I didn't
healthy.
have that restraint during COVID. Like
yeah,
I gained
for
so
sure.
much weight during COVID because like I was working from home, so I'd be like, you know what? I'll have a beer with my lunch. So I pour myself a beer because I was really starting to get into home brewing at the time too.
Right.
And so I was like, all right, I'll pour myself a beer for lunch. Lunch beer turns into about 4 more beers, and I'm like, all right, I'm pretty hammered, and it's only 3 p.m. Okay, I'm signing off from work.
Ollie, as I'm
Yeah,
with
yeah.
you, it's very tough for me to have one after I get off a shift. It's very
Yeah.
tough to have like, and I can have 2 or 3, and I'm like, okay, I'm fine. But for me, it's like if I'm just gonna have one beer and leave, I'm just gonna leave now. I'm really
Yeah.
just gonna leave now. But I think if you can even turn yourself off after 2 or 3, to me that's showing
That's pretty good.
power. You know, like
Discipline,
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. But I'm gonna try this new thing where like, hey, I'm not gonna drink it all tonight. I'm really not gonna drink it all, and then I just want to have one beer and then just go home and chill out. And I've only done that a couple times because you do want to kind of
what
test your
I've been
willpower.
kind of doing.
Because everybody's like, you know, we've talked about this shit. Everyone's like, you know, I understand there's people out there that they have one sip of alcohol and it just turns into this night of debauchery. But I would think that I had enough things going on in my brain where I can just turn it off, you know?
Yeah.
Like if I just have one or two,
Yeah.
like let's just like get some food or go home and watch something or go buy a bag of crystal meth and open. I'm just kidding. And
You know, it's almost amplified too for like people that make content about beer, because it's like, I don't know about you, CH, but I feel like, you know, it's like, all right, I got to taste the beer, I got to see how it's coming along.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, beer is like very much a part of my life every single day. So it's finding that balance of like, I purposely make days where I don't drink. You know, because just to help myself out, because otherwise I'll be drinking every single day, and that's not good.
And I think it's the same with like people who are head brewers for like
Yeah.
breweries and things like that, right? Like they have to be able to create that limit for themselves because like if they have a brewery that's making like 17 different beers, right? And they got to sample every single fermenter, like
Yeah.
you have to be like just one sip and done kind of thing because 17 samples can turn into what, like 3 beers almost, I feel like.
no, yes, I'm with you 100%. But most people, when they drink a beer, it's not samples. They're going to crack a beer. And I think that
Right.
they're going to crack a 16-ounce beer. So I think it's a lot easier. I think that from going from 0 to 1 is like this new training wheels that I'm trying.
Yeah.
Like on nights that I don't want to drink, I just want to have a beer. I like just not because I want to enjoy it, but from going from like 2 to 3 and then 3 to 4 and then 4 to 5, it's like each beer is kind of like a slippery slope. So you got to you have more control.
Right.
Is, you know,
What earlier on into the like of the 1 to 3, you have way more control than you do from like 4 or 5 and beyond.
right. And then there's also the factor, I don't know about you guys, but when there's people there, it's impossible for me to like have a handle on it.
Gotcha. I've
Yeah.
been learning that.
Not impossible.
I've been starting to learn that like even if I'm around people, I'll be like, no, I told myself I'm gonna have this many. That's all I'm gonna have, and I stick to it.
Right. I'll downshift, you know, if I meet like a girl or a friend or somebody I really like at a bar or a nice bar out here in Knoxville. We never went to Brother Wolf, but I'll take you guys there next time you come out. It's like a pretty elegant place and a pretty straight up place to meet a person. If someone's gonna be like, hey, like, do you want to have another drink? I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'll get a decaf coffee while you have a Manhattan. Like, I'm gonna get a drink, but I'll go from West Coast IPA or a Manhattan to a Peroni. You know what I'm saying? Like you can downshift but keep driving. That was probably the worst metaphor I can ever say.
I know
You
what
know,
you mean.
like
Yeah.
you can keep
No, it makes
drinking. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have to do a high school shot right now. So I've been doing that
Right.
kind of a little bit if I'm in that, you know, social setting. But I think that my friends that have the best handle on alcohol are also stoners. And I don't have that anymore because we'll go out and they'll drink 3 or 4 beers and
Yeah.
they'll smoke weed. And what do? They shut
They're
off
done.
alcohol.
Yeah.
If I have
they're
3 or
done.
4 beers, I'm like, well, fuck, man. Like, I don't want to go get
Let's
baked
turn
and
up.
watch. Yeah, like let's go. Like, everyone's all loosey goosey. What's up, man? So I think the people that have the best handle
Yeah.
on alcohol are actually stoners, which I don't know if that helps out. I think it does. Like, actually, probably. Unless if you know him last week, passed out on his own keys.
And still chugging 9.1 percent beers.
No, but it's
No, so
turning it off
like-
is a real thing.
So like going to your point of like saying, "Hey, I don't want to drink, but you end up having like one beer that night." I've been doing that,
Yeah.
and so I'll like,
But then 3 more
I'll turn-
people show up. You're like, fuck, yeah.
well, so I don't have anybody show up at my house, right? So the thing is
Right.
like, I'll have one beer, and then I'm like, oh, I've already had one beer, might as well have it. I'm like, nah. I'm just gonna have a seltzer water. Let me just crack a seltzer water.
That's
And
a
so I'll
good
just
thing.
drink-
Because it's
I
carbonated.
didn't see
And-
about that trend, by the way.
Yeah, it's carbonated, and it's carbonated, and it has flavor, right? So
Right.
it's just like cool. That's my go-to to like get away from booze. So when I did like a month or so sober, like I literally would make 5-gallon corny kegs of just seltzer water. I was
Good
just like
move.
just put water in there, 5 gallons of water, put it on my CO2. 24 hours later, I got seltzer water.
It like cures that need to like pull the tap when you pull it.
Like I'm pulling
Yeah.
the tap, like it fit so fucking well for me, and I think in a month I went through like 15 gallons of seltzer water.
Good for you. You're drinking water, man.
I
Stay
know, and my mom's like, "Is seltzer water good for you? Like, is it okay? Like, that's a lot of like carbonation." I'm like, "Mom, I'm pretty sure it's better than fucking alcohol."
Right.
So,
There's definitely a psychology of just having something in your hand. Especially something like a LaCroix where it's carbonated, like a hard seltzer. It's got
I think the
taste.
carbonation and flavor, right? It's
Yeah.
not just water.
Yeah.
So it has some flavor to it.
But
Yep.
I also hate the fucking idea of being sober. I also hate.
sorry.
I also
Oh my God.
hate that. When I do sober February, when I did, a month sober, and I didn't do it for
Yeah.
the last 3 or 4 years, but I did it 27 out of 28 days. I didn't feel better. And you go on YouTube and everyone's like, no one's ever regretted going sober. And like, I've never felt, I wake up in the morning like Superman. I felt none of that shit. I just woke up and I was like,
I want a fucking beer.
no, no. I was just like more bored. I wasn't like I feel better. Like my psyche wasn't there.
Yeah.
Because you probably weren't like people that say that I wake up and I feel better. It's like, are you going to bed like wasted every single night?
And have you
Like,
done like
Right.
and Brusho, we've had this talk a ton of times. Like I do a ton of shit on YouTube to act like an idiot. There's these people that do this shit in real life. That after you wake up and they're so embarrassed and they're so like this and that. I don't deal with that.
Right.
There's people that wake up and they're like, they have to apologize to toddlers and stuff. I don't, maybe, 10, 15, whatever years ago, I wake up and I remember everything. I don't black out. I don't do this and that. I want to drink forever. I want to, and back, this isn't me riffing on Bert Kreischer, but I think that if you have a great handle on alcohol, I think it's phenomenal. And I
For
dated,
sure.
And I dated this girl here for a little bit, and she just had to get sober. She was like, I tried to do the drinking thing in moderation. I couldn't do it. So I just had to get sober. I'm like, more power.
Yeah.
Everybody's different.
Everyone's different, but I would be stoked if we could just play a couple games of beer pong or go out for a couple drinks and like, let's go
I haven't
back.
played beer pong in a long time.
But just
And,
what?
and the thing is, I think some people, when it comes to booze, they can't control. Like, if I'm drinking one sip of alcohol, it's either one beer or 15 beers. Like,
Right.
and there are people like that. And so it's like, if that's your problem, then like, yeah, I get it, going sober and all of that. But if like you're able to control, like, no, like if I had 5 beers, like I'm gonna call it here. Like, if you have that type of control, then you can continue. Like, don't there's no reason for you to like be like to go fully sober or whatever kind of
I
thing.
never want to be sober. I don't hate doing sober month, whatever. You're going to lose a little weight, save a little money. It's all good to kind of like make your bed again and get your car an oil change. But like, I don't like it. I don't like sobriety. I think sobriety is a weird life. But some people have to do it.
It sucks.
Yeah, I mean everybody's different. But have you guys heard of zebra striping?
Hey, on that note, I'm going to get an IPA. I'll be right back.
I've heard
I'm
of
gonna do some
zebra stripe gum.
Okay, well, zebra striping is like you drink a full alcohol beer and then you drink a non-alcoholic beer. And you go back and forth.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Mix it in.
I mean, he was doing what was that? He was mixing beer and seltzer water.
Mountain water, I think they call it. Yeah.
Mountain waters, yeah. And they're like 2.1% or whatever. And I'm like, okay, that's a way to do it.
That is a way to do it. I don't know. I
Yeah,
kind of like the
I think it
idea
was
of zebra striping. It's kind of like, I don't know. When you're like out, especially if you can find like something good like Athletic Brewing or like, like not
In
like
a
the
readily
shitty-
available bathroom.
Right, yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't know. It's fun to like. It's a good way to like extend the night, like so you're not just drinking 8%.
For sure. And you probably won't get a hangover either.
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
Well, mixing in water, I mean, I don't know about like how non-alcoholic or whatever the option you mentioned was, but like even just mixing in waters in between, or even like a half pour of water, like just something to, kind of keep you going rather than just like a steady diet of alcohol.
Right, yeah.
What? That's not
probably
healthy?
gonna benefit you.
So no, have you ever brewed anything like low non-alcoholic before?
I think the lowest beer I've ever made was probably like 4.2%.
Okay.
I'll drink that one day.
Most of my beers are like at least 6.
Let's go, Bruce Show. Let's go,
Yeah,
baby.
Oh, you're already on to the next?
Oh, is that a high wire?
Yeah, if Bruce Show doesn't like this beer, we got problems. I mean, we're not problems, but this is
that's
a
the
fucking
one
high
I've been
wire.
waiting.
Is it?
That's
I
the one
didn't
I've
see
been
the
waiting on
label.
all night.
All you guys, everyone's got their own definition of alcoholism. We've already talked about this. My whole thing with
Yeah.
alcoholism is like when you're getting drunk by yourself consistently and you didn't earn that beer, you didn't, do anything that day and you're just aimlessly getting
Right.
drunk by yourself. That's my definition of alcoholism.
Yes. So for me, it's
Is
just
that a double
like
pitch? Oh, no.
mine
pitch.
is like if you have to rely on it to be able to like move forward in your day, or that like you don't even give a fuck about your day, you just need to have it kind of thing.
You can't be productive after you start drinking. Drinking, you got to kind of earn it, Like you can't. It's like your chocolate sundae with a cherry on top. You're not going to eat a big breakfast with all this shit and then start killing it. Like you need that at the end, Like
Yeah.
what'd you do that was cool?
I mean,
Production
I'll get through
certainly-
a bunch of work like while drinking. Like I'll clean my whole house while drinking Miller Lights. Like I can do that.
Right. Shit, man, Stephen Plass, this motherfucker. All right, sorry guys,
Man,
we're talking about
damn.
too much of like inner deep
Oh
thoughts
shit!
right
Smoking
now.
fermentables is in here.
But it's
Let's
good.
go.
Smoking fermentables, man. Who else is getting pulled out of here? Chucky White, up in this motherfucker. We're smoking fermentables. Stephen Plass is the goddamn barrage.
Wow.
Giant Beat, what's up, man?
Back off, war child, seriously.
The moral of the story, though, is I think you have to have your own definition of alcoholism. And this
Correct.
this goes for food and how much bread you eat, like who's really
I mean,
doing the
there's
2,000
there's a
calorie
reason why
diet?
it's called too much, right? Anything too much,
Yeah,
it's already bad at that point.
sure.
Too
No, I'm on-
much water. Too
I'm on
much,
board, man.
Like
But at the end of the day, this is Wednesday. This is my favorite night of the week. No one's driving over this. Noam and me and you, we can get blackout drunk. Worst case scenario, we look like fucking idiots on the internet. We can roll over and go to bed. No one's going to like get in a car or steal a forklift
no,
or
I'm not going nowhere.
argue with a bartender, hook up with a dude.
I'm gonna
What?
try to make it 50 feet to my bed. That's my goal.
Hey, Noam, did you make it to bed last time though?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll be completely forthright, and I've mentioned this many times. Like, this is not my apartment. This is my parents' house where
No.
I grew. So every Wednesday, I just crash on a couch.
Did you
I'll
make
be
it to the
completely
couch, though?
forthright. Oh yeah, yeah.
Because you hard Irish goodbye.
Dude, yeah, I like unplugged my computer if I remember correctly. I was just like, all right, I gotta just.
I've been there. Steal
And
the
I don't remember
forklift,
that.
hot
Apparently,
killer.
you called me. I don't remember that. Like 3 days later, I'm like looking through my call logs. I'm like, I got a phone call from CH that
Yeah,
day?
you were good.
He
Yeah,
called
you
you
said
to
you were
check in
drinking.
on you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were drinking
yeah.
ice water. You were chilling, Brush.
Oh,
Okay.
No, we're good, man. Big shout out to Stephen Plasses, the Barrage. All right, let's get back into good beer shit. What? Joe Skiles, man. Much love, Barrage. I got a question for the Thebrajsho. I don't like, dude. It's one of these fucking. I don't like this beer either. Let me pour it into a can.
really? Oh, can I?
Wait, which
Can I do a
beer
different
is
beer?
it?
This is like our number 2 bestseller. Let me pour it into a real can.
Is that the double pitch or the double?
Should I zebra
I
seed
don't-
it real quick?
I don't drink double pitch. Is that? Are you gonna do an
Yeah,
NBC?
it's like a 9.0 or some shit, right? That stuff's no joke.
Yeah. And we sell
Oh,
it in a
high pitch.
16
Okay.
Wait, high
Well, no,
pitch
no, you're
Mosaic
right.
IPA?
It was double high
Yeah,
pitch.
that was. I actually enjoyed that.
Not good.
It is good. Let me get a pint really quick. I don't know. I don't,
Wait, did you send him a
Go for it.
non-alcoholic Guinness?
I do have a non-alcoholic Gillis. I was gonna zebra strike. but I
Gillis?
decided
I
not
never
to.
send that. I would never send that. All right. Let me get a real pint glass.
Man, that's a good question, Goose. I would say my favorites have been probably Golden Promise and Simcoe or Maris Otter and Amarillo.
Ooh,
Those would be my 2 favorites.
one of my favorites was Maris Otter El Dorado.
What's the
Okay,
question?
I can see
Best
that.
hop combo?
Best smash.
Best smash beer combo.
Smash combo.
Dots.
Golden Promise and Simcoe. If you haven't tried that, I would highly recommend that. That was like one of my favorite beers. And it was
I'll add that
Jack
to the
Pilsner
list.
and Stotts.
Hey,
Awesome.
me and the Brew Show, we didn't talk beforehand and say all these beers sucked. You know, it was like, oh, these are the best beers of all time, but we can't tell all
You
this.
just
No,
have
these beers
horrible
fucking
taste.
suck. I know.
You just have horrible taste. That's all.
No,
realized.
the
I
horribleness is
killed it,
definitely
and then
organic.
you fucked and flopped.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's the last cans or first in, first
Okay.
out. Or...
Yeah,
This
Hop
one's
Killer
actually
knows
good.
what's up.
What?
yeah. Howard makes good beer.
El Dorado is so fucking good.
This was actually pretty good. I like this one.
It should be, man. This shit's in circulation all over the
LB's
South.
the guy.
It smells good too. It just smells like straight up hops, like bird feeder hops, like hay. Reminds me of like a warm summer farm. I don't know what that means.
Pilsner El Dorado.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that. Paint me a picture, CH.
I can't do that, man. I don't think
Bob
I've ever
Ross
been
this
a victim.
shit.
Mosaic. Well, Mosaic can kind of like go berry or it can go like
Hay?
cat piss real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, I do smell cat poop. Don't say things because then you put it in my mind.
The
Goddamn.
most recent batch, I did get more of like the blueberry stuff. I hadn't experienced that before
Sabro.
in my own brewing, but before that, yeah, I got a lot of the whole like skunky cat piss,
yeah.
kind of
From
like
what? From
a lot
Mosaic?
of mixed. Yeah,
Oh.
Depends on the batch that you get.
I smell hay. Smell it again. Hey, smell it again. Trent. Smell it again, Trent.
You had the same fucking ideas.
Oh man, yeah.
You get it or no?
A little bit, yeah. Like
Hmm.
I think that it's got to be the hops, right? Something in there.
Oh, for sure. 100%. Damn, we've been
do
here
like
for
Centennial,
over
though.
2 hours? My God.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh shit, we're live right now.
We are
This is
live.
Hey,
Hey,
oh shit.
big shout out to everybody who watched the last Homebrew for Life video. Trent, I'm finally in the fucking green, man. I went from calling it top 5 beer cities in America to you have to watch this video now to my biggest fear, and people are finally clicking on it because the engagement was always there.
Yeah.
It was always like 60%, but the CTR was nada. So we're cooking with
Yeah.
grease now, man.
Good. Good.
And I think it's a better title, like we were talking about before. Like that's a pretty vague title, but I do kind of go off on Uber drivers in that video, and I'm fucking scared to death of Uber drivers. I don't want to.
I honestly don't
Scared.
remember that Uber drive when we had the dog in the car.
He was cool,
Oh, yeah.
but we had a dog on our lap.
I barely remember that.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
it's a little hazy for me as well.
That was very hazy for me.
that was when you were the mayor of Austin.
Is that night? Okay.
That was the night that
Velvet
dude.
Gypsy or
That
That
was
was the
No, High
night I
Noon.
blacked out, almost
wasn't-
blacked out at high noon. Then.
it was high noon.
yeah,
It was
you were dancing with everybody. It was awesome.
remember. Hey, but all y'all, you remember that albino dude who explained to us how to win at rock paper scissors every
Oh,
time?
he was working the bar. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Made perfect sense. It made perfect sense. I was like, damn, dude, this guy's a fucking genius. This guy's like Forrest Gump
The
and
Rain Man of rocks, paper, scissors.
Tony Stark. It's all psychology. It's all like,
Yeah.
it's the way he explained it to me was perfect sense.
What's funny is I've also watched YouTube videos on it too.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
I was way too drunk to remember him at the time because I was pretty smashed at that point.
Well, there's also YouTube videos you could probably watch about how the psychology of rock paper scissors is.
Yeah.
It's like a blackjack
Did you
thing.
see? Did you see the one where it's a girl? She's Irish and she's sitting next to like a table with a bunch of other Irish like guys, and she's like, "I'll bet all four of you. You all can play at the same time. I'll beat you in rock paper scissors." And they're like, they're not sure at first, and if I win, I will, or you guys have to buy me and my girlfriends around, and if
No.
I lose, I'll pay you guys around. And they do it, and like half her hands missing, and like everyone's just like,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember that.
like they're like shocked.
Whoopsie
But
daisy.
man, that was a great video.
Whoopsie daisy.
Sorry, just like
Noam apologize. We have to drink. Dilly dilly. Bing bang boom.
dilly dilly.
Sorry, no.
No, it's all good.
Every time Noam apologizes, we got to drink. Have you seen the Josh Wiseman video? What's it
Who's
about?
Josh Carson? About beer?
Yeah, my boy
He
Josh.
doesn't even like beer.
We're doing a collab.
Wait, I have a question for CH.
What's up?
So you know the whole new AI tool that like auto edits
With the
like,
chat GPT
podcast?
thing.
Yeah, I'm
Wait,
afraid to click on that shit though.
No, it auto edits the podcast. So if something like that exists, would you bring back the Thebrajsho to make your life easier?
The broadcast is a different format because this is a live stream.
So broadcast was like recorded and then you edited it, or like you just put it up?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
But you could totally bring it back. You could bring new life
I
to
thought you
it.
said you were thinking about bringing that back.
I've been trying to do a lot
No?
of things. trying to buy a house. Trying to hook up with
Fair
dudes.
enough.
So okay, with the broadcast, like when you were in California, you had a whole group of people you could pull from, right? You could interview, you could
No, it was
and all
always
that.
YouTubers. And I was always afraid because the people that I would go out with, even Trevor, and surprisingly, the only business owner that did it was my buddy Ryan, who is the co-owner of Battle Mage. But all my business owner friends would pucker up real fast. Like they'd be in a group text with all of their employees and we'd have all this locker room talk. But when it came to actually like, let's do a podcast and get some exposure out there, they would freeze up. And the only person that I honestly think the only person I know that's my age that actually is like running a real legitimate business is Trevor from South Ho. And the thing about the Battle Mage guys, they run a killer business. They just never took any they run a great business. But they just never took any chances. They never wanted to hire people. They thought everybody was a liability. They wanted to run that place like they were the Keebler elves, like just making cookies in there. Just two guys kind of grinding like squirrels. But most other people that opened up breweries in my high school would be probably kind of scared to death to come on with me, because I'm going to be like, remember that one time? Like, remember that fucking... so
Saw your dick.
yeah, man, fucking every day.
It's all right.
On the hour. No, but I do want to get back to the broadcast. And at the end of the day, Thebrajsho, my dad's getting old. He's 72. And as much as I can never live in California, and as much as I never want to live in California, that's where my family is. And I'm going to have to take care of my dad one day. So I would like to come back there and maybe take care of obviously take care of my dad first things first, but like do the broadcast in real life, not live. And then maybe that night we can come on and do this and have a couple drinks.
For sure. Because I think the chat adds a whole element. It would be hard to do.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And I remember when I was done with it, I looked at the first couple, the views on it, and it was Sarah Flora, it was you, it was Peter, it was Maury. And the first couple of clicks had like 1,500 views on it. And I was like, whoa. And that was through Apple. That wasn't through YouTube. That was through Spotify and Apple Podcast. And I was like, whoa, there's like 1,500 people that watched me and the Brew Show talk about this, or Sarah Flora. And then I just moved. I didn't have time for it. Like people
I would love to do the Broad Show with you.
We'll do
That'd
it.
Be fun.
No, we'll do it. We'll definitely do it, man. And
you could even do the Broad Show by yourself. Like if you
no.
I don't.
Talk about. No, I think people that do podcasts by themselves are fucking douchebags. I think they're fucking. Bill Burr used to do it.
So weird.
I can't. No, people used to do it. I don't think that.
I think you have to have like a topic that you're really gonna like hone in on. Otherwise, yeah, I agree.
No, and there was
Yeah,
guys.
we're all too ADD to do that shit.
It's all ADHD.
Well, I think you have to do video podcasts and audio podcasts. I think that
What about
like
next time we're in the area, we do one live. We do something live.
We could do
all of us in the
one,
same
but
room.
I would
That'd be
want to
cool.
do it. I would want to do it sober. I'd be like, hey, like what got you into beer? Why the fuck did you brew? Like, why did you spend $200 on this thing?
Just kind of like a proper interview kind of thing.
right.
No, and Brew Show and all you guys, like, there's a time and a place I know when it's homebrew for life, and I got to be this, and I want to be this crazy character. When I was doing when I interviewed you, I was probably sober and like, I want to listen. That's when I want to shut the fuck up. That was the most I've ever shut the fuck up in my life.
Wow. Yeah, I couldn't tell.
Go back and listen to that, man. Go back and listen to that. Am I talking?
I can't
Am I
tell if
talking?
that's like a backhanded psych or like was like just like an insult or just like he was actually you did a good job on that.
Trench is
I
busting
can't
my
tell
chops. No.
what if he's busting your balls or not.
No, but I could tell when people are like, I could tell that Raul was very nervous, and when people are when I have to pull teeth and stuff like that, like I'll kind of chime in. But I'm genuinely interested. Like, how did you get into beer? Like, where are you from, and how did you get into that, and then grow from that to that to that? As a homebrewer,
Right. Yeah, how'd you get into that situation of it? Yeah.
Yeah, but again, I think Trent, maybe you were a little bit nervous.
Oh, for sure. I barely had like 1,000 subscribers when you interviewed me.
Do you think I talked over you all the time? Or do you think I was kind of helping you out?
No. You were helping me out for sure.
Because Raul hit me up after. He's like, dude, I'm sweating. I didn't know what to do. I was like, no one's going to listen to
Raul
this.
and I were like little baby like creators. Like we didn't know
Hell
anything.
Brews, right?
And
Raul?
like, yeah.
Hell Brews,
And,
yeah.
like,
Great dude, by the
Homebrew
way.
for Life is like an establishment, you get nervous,
Establishment. Yeah, establishment. I'm going to go wake up, pick up dog shit from my neighbors, and then go pour beers for 11 hours. Real pillar in the community. Last stream
It's
is kind
true,
of the
though.
content.
It is true, though. It is true.
Well, the thing about you, and I think the thing about Hell Brews is that he does an intro straight up, but the majority of you guys' content is voiceover. You're writing a paper and then, filming your voice and then putting B-roll over that.
Yeah.
So, all right. One more beer. Does it feel like we've been here for 2 hours, 18 minutes?
Not at all.
I know that the more we do this, the faster they go by. It's crazy.
Also, your dad and my dad are 1 year apart.
My pops?
Wow.
Yeah, my dad would have turned 71 this year.
Pops is
You were saying 72.
yeah, he's November 15th, 1951.
Wait, then he turned 72 this year then, yeah.
Yeah. Which is
Yeah.
funny because he had the same exact date as his or birthday as his dad. Two guys born on.
That's
way.
Yeah.
wild.
Well, my dad was a bastard.
My dad is April 17th, 1952.
52. So your dad had you when he was like 45?
No, he was 42. My mom was 38. Yeah, so he was 42.
Similar here.
Wait,
My
wait,
parents
wait,
were
wait,
really
wait,
old
wait,
when they
wait.
had me.
Really?
And they're late
Yeah.
30s, early 40s. Yeah.
I'm only 29.
Youngin.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
I know I'm about to hit 30, and as soon as I do that, I feel like all my back problems are going to be real.
Trent, how old are
No,
you?
what happens? I'm 33. What happens when you turn 30 is like, for the next few years, you still think you're 30.
Yeah. Until you hit 35 and you're like, oh, hey,
Yeah.
like that no more.
I think that when I hit 35, things were just kind of in pain, and it freaked me out at that, and now I'm just kind of used to it. Oh, here we go. You know, once
That
you
raspberry sour looks so good.
35 to 40.
Look at that fucking.
Is that the same Philly sour recipe that I've been using?
No, this is tweaked a little bit. And
Tweaked a little bit?
This is
Okay.
also like.
Really
This
sour.
is
is
also
it?
like. Sorry.
Drink,
Ask.
drink.
Really sour. I was gonna no. Go ahead, no, and then I'll ask a question about.
Look what
Philly
you're
sour.
doing.
You can finish, Gnome, and I'll ask a question about Philly sour
so-
afterwards.
Yeah, I didn't know what the question was.
USMC Mike. The question is, when I was 35, and one day like I dropped the soap in my own room, not like a prison thing, and I went down to like pick it up, and everything in my body just cracked. And you get back up, and you're like, you actually have to push yourself up like from the ground. You can't just use your legs anymore.
Oh, shit. My knees pop every time I fucking bend them.
Really?
Like,
Dude, when you get
since,
close to
I was
40
like 20.
Dude, getting in and out of your car, you go.
No, I don't believe that you're 40 years
Getting
old.
in and out of the Mustang
I know.
is a problem for me.
I don't believe
now.
that Gnome is 40.
I know. I think
he's lying to us.
Noam's secretly a sophomore.
He's
in high
trying to
school.
age up. He's trying to
Yeah.
age up.
Thank you. I know that you make me feel good, man, my friend.
No, he's got a fake chia pet.
Because
He's got a fake chia pet.
fortunately,
on
I
his face.
am.
Also, everybody's like,
Enough's
in
enough.
the
no.
comments in the chat is like, my dad's also from 1952 and I'm 45. Like,
Dude, both
I
my
know.
parents were born in
My dad
1952.
had me quite late.
Wait, 1952.
Both of my parents were born in 52 as well.
So my dad was
Yeah.
born in
So,
51,
Aliyah,
but he had me when he was
I
like
think you're
36.
wrong about the age then.
Yeah, I definitely
My dad
think
was-
Aliyah's is wrong.
My dad was born in 44.
I just needed that backup to call him out. I couldn't do simple subtraction and
No.
addition. No.
My dad was, because my dad is born in 1952. He had me in 1994. So.
Yeah, so he was way older. Okay, 40.
Damn.
No.
So you
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
get to
yeah.
see Jurassic Park in
19
theaters? Is
Wait.
that what you're trying to tell us right now?
Jesus Christ.
4 minus 1952. 40. That's 42.
I guess you're right, because my pops had me in 85 when he was 35. Yeah.
I can do fucking math.
Okay.
With a calculator.
How come everybody in the chat has it wrong?
I did the math beforehand, and I had to prove everybody is like, no, you're wrong, Alias.
Homebrewers. Am I right?
Yo,
Am I right or am I right?
he's wrong in the chat. Let him know.
Like, yeah, no, tell me I don't know what my dad's age was when he had me. Like, okay, cool.
I think my mom was 29, man.
Technically, he was 41. I mean, 41 because I was born in January and his birthday's in April. So he turned 42 later on that year I was born.
Dude, guys. All guys, I love you nonetheless, man. You know, we're just drunk idiots on the internet, man. We got another 94 baby in the house too. We got Hop Killer Brewery. We got Mike 92.
Hey, me and Hop Killer are gonna get along just fine. He likes El Dorado as well too.
100%.
89s in the chat.
Hey, what about 83s? Oh, jeez. It's come to this.
Oh, James.
No, sound off if you're
Turning
from 89. Boop, 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 boop.
James, let me know how that goes for you. Let me know what I got coming for me.
The air horn.
Yeah.
Bing.
Wow, seriously.
86
See,
Braj in the house.
Brusho, if you met me in person, this is where the age starts to show. All the grays in the side.
Grays. Dude, I'm starting to get into
Guys,
it. So.
you're born, you live, you die.
Oh,
We all
that's the thing. I
bullshit.
got good genes. I'm supposed to not get grays until like I'm like 45.
Yeah, as they say. That's in the book.
And that's when my dad started getting his. So, and my hair is fucking thick, which I like.
Oh wow, Hop Killer shooting arrows at me.
Hey,
83 is
dude.
probably out with their kids and family, bro. Oh,
God
Man.
damn.
I don't have
Trent,
that.
is this
I don't have that.
IPA killing you? This IPA is wiping
Don't
me
worry,
out,
dude.
man.
He missed out on Jurassic Park too.
Is that the one where they have the T-Rex in the white suburban cul-de-sac? I'm not joking. The Lost World, the Jurassic World.
I seen the first one, and that's about it. I don't know. When the little kid gets shot off the electric fence.
Jurassic World was 90, or Jurassic Park
That
was
was
93.
that's the first one,
That was the
Jurassic
first
Park,
one.
Yeah,
where
that's
he
how
gets
good
shot
Hop
off the
Killer.
electric fence.
That was the kid who was Brian May
I watched the
in
movie
the,
like not too long ago.
in the Queen movie with Freddie Mercury, which was phenomenal.
Was he in that?
Yeah, did you guys catch that? That
He
kid
was, yeah.
I did
Trent,
not.
see, we're on the same fucking vibe. You know what I know.
And I was like, he hasn't been in anything probably since Jurassic Park.
No, and I was thinking like, was that the kid from Jurassic Park? Was that the kid from Hook? And I
Was he in one of the like? Did he play a person in the band, or was it like?
yeah, he's Brian May, one of my favorite
supporting
guitarists of all
cast?
time. Yeah, Brian
Yeah.
May.
Oh wow, okay, all right.
Shred.
not know that. That's
And he
awesome.
was kind of the voice of reason in that band. He was kind of the level-headed, talented one where, you know,
Super
Freddie.
talented,
Yeah.
yeah.
Freddie Mercury was, like most musicians, extraordinarily talented, but then a recluse when you're not on stage. Like, just leave me the fuck alone. And Brian May was the guy that was like, well, hey, like, I'll talk to Freddie. Let's put out some shit, this and that. And then when Freddie came out and he was diagnosed with HIV or AIDS, they just had like that pact, and they were like, hey, we've got a short amount of time with Freddie Mercury left. All the grudges we kind of had beside is all bullshit. Let's fucking tour.
Yeah.
Let's do Live Aid.
Too soon?
Got it.
So the guitar players.
Let's do Live Aid.
Well,
Who said that?
Yeah, that was that massive concert where it was
We're
like,
doing
they
it
like
live.
rocked the fucking
Yeah,
house.
yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Maybe I'm the bad guy for thinking that. Yeah.
I wasn't making a joke. I'm
No,
just being
we
real.
with the white jeans
Yeah.
and the white. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Too
Lady
soon.
O Goo Goo. Lady O Gaga.
And had the whole audience like, he was like, I'm pretty sure I'm talking about the same show where he would like
Yeah.
do a vocal
They-
line and
yeah.
the whole audience would like give it back to him.
Oh yeah, I've had that.
It was like,
Yeah, we've got the microphone stand that's like halfway cut off, like a magic wand, like a king from Super Mario Bros. 3.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
So real quick about Brian May, Zach probably knows
Brian
about
May,
this, guitar
Brian May
players
is
know
the
about
fucking
this, but
shit.
He also made his own guitar with the help from his father. Like they had a fireplace that was like made of wood, I believe, and they just like that iconic guitar that he's known for. He
Yeah.
made himself. That's just
That's
it has
epic.
its own tone. It probably weighs as much as a house. Like, but
Dude, have you ever
That
wanted to
dude-
do that? You should do that.
I thought about becoming a luthier when in like my early 20s because I was like just trying to figure out what I was gonna do, and it just never like took hold.
Welcome to my world.
You should. I've
Yeah,
seen
but-
like so many like woodworking channels. I don't know if you guys watch woodworking on YouTube, but I do a lot.
I do
And they
watch
make
a
like
few.
guitars, and it's like freaking sweet, man.
Making the necks.
It's
It's finished carpentry.
another
man.
craft. It's
No,
another
it
art
is.
form. It's
I do.
awesome. It really is.
I thought about making a
I wish
video
I-
where
Well, you did the
Sorry.
tap.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
sorry. I thought about doing a video where I did I made my own paddles, like mash paddles, but I did it in like different styles of woodworking. But I was like, is that gonna get views? I don't know. It'd be cool, but
Just
Exactly.
do what
You
I
guys
just did,
react-
Trent. My
Yeah,
last video is
that'd be
getting some shine. Just call it my biggest fear, because everyone's got like, talk about like anxiety or something. People will click on it. I just did that. It's finally getting some shine.
right.
My engagement's through the roof. Let's do one more drink. No clickbait. Everyone get one more beer. Let's get out of here. I don't want to do a 4-hour thing anymore. I don't want to take this one down. This is a good one.
No, this has been great.
It's been great. Let's do one more beer. Get your favorite beer. I'll be right back.
What's your favorite
Thank
beer?
you, Hop Killer, for the love on Instagram.
Dude,
Uh,
he had a great channel. Did you ever watch his videos?
no,
Yeah, for sure.
I did not, and so I'm actually like I didn't realize he had YouTube and all that. So
He clearly like has some like production skills. Like he knows what he's doing with the camera.
I'm subscribing
Unlike
to his
Yeast and the
channel.
Beast. Shots fired at
Yeah, I
Yeast
don't
and the
remember
Beast.
which brewery, but he also works for a brewery. So he's got some like commercial experience for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got shorts and stuff like that. Yeah, I definitely want to check out his channel and watch some of his stuff. Like, would be cool.
Yeah, dude, he's got
He's
talent.
in California. God damn.
Yeah, he's like in I forget where. It's kind of like
Oh damn, he does smoking meats as well too. Oh hell yeah.
yeah.
Last stream was one for the ages. I don't know about that, Bruce.
Yeah, that's a bit pushing it there. But yeah, no, I definitely want to reach out to him and talk to him and maybe do stuff like get him
Sure.
out to Texas and do some barbecue and whatnot.
Man, I gotta make my way to Texas to hang out with you and Yeast and the Beast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, I even have East is into my city and I still haven't seen him.
You gotta hit him up.
I've been hitting him up. He's got a life, unfortunately. I don't. That's why I'm always available.
Yeah. I'm doing a collaboration with Burlosophy guys.
All right.
Uh,
I've heard people say Bay Area of California, and I feel like Bay Area of California is anything that's on.
San Francisco.
Oh, that's what that is? I thought Bay Area was just by the ocean.
No,
If you're in the ocean, you're in the Bay Area. I'm like, that's too broad for me.
I feel like it's. I mean, I don't know.
But I'm
San
not from
Francisco.
California, so I don't know that shit. So that's if you tell me a bay, I'm like, oh, water's involved.
You know, have you ever heard the joke? Why do seagulls fly over the sea?
No.
No, I have not.
Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be bagels.
Oh. What's the best dad
I
joke
like
of all
It's
time?
done. All right, guy, is that headed out?
All right, here, Bruce, we're going in. Hey, get the Italian Pilsner, man. Michigan-grown Super Sauzer, product of the USA. Come on, man. You can put that on every fucking beer. Limited lager series. God, this beer is so marketed out. But it works, you know.
Is it good?
Can we do it?
Fire?
I've never had it. Can we go in, Trent?
Is that where we're going next?
Yeah, Keller Pills. Or Italian Pills, sorry.
It better be
Is
better.
that high wire beer?
This is a high wire beer that I've never had.
It's funny when I saw the artwork, I didn't even see like who made it. I was like, the artwork looks like high wire.
The good thing about really good beer, you don't have to have good artwork. You don't have to overcompensate. That's kind of a thing if you're a new brewery, you know, like
Yeah.
Like-
if you're killing it on your beer, like you don't have to be super flashy. You can
No.
get straight to the point and but the thing is you have
this
to
is
look
a good beer. This is a good beer.
you need to differentiate yourself though, right? Like
Sure.
I've never seen artwork like High Wire's artwork, right? It's very like that carbon
comic
copy.
booky.
Like
Yeah.
I like it.
This is
I'll
a good
dig
beer.
It
This is a good
works.
one. Yeah.
We had to work our way up. We took a lot of.
We finally got here, Trent,
Yeah, we
together.
Hey,
with
Brusho,
us.
you guys started high with the Bud Light, kept going down, and now
Right.
you're back high.
I got a couple
Right.
more of those Bud Lights left.
Just like Drake said.
I bought a 6-pack and sent you guys all 3, which means I drank one. I have 2 more. You know, like the Bud Light's always there, man.
This was definitely the highlight.
That was the best one by
Kind
far.
pills, yeah.
He's got Bud Light on his MySpace top 8. Fucking Thebrajsho over here.
Shit, man. At least they know what they're doing.
Nah, man. Anybody who hates on the Bud Light thing is a silly goose. It's a silly. Anybody who lets something like that upset their life is a silly, silly goose. I'm not going to talk about it anymore.
Silly.
The only reason you could ever get pissed off. And it was funny. I was talking to my gay coworker the other night. Flamboyantly gay coworker. We finally see eye to eye. This guy
worker.
This guy loves to be angry. And now we're kind of decent friends. And I was like, some guy, like these guys came in and he said something stupid. He's like, "Oh, those football coaches, they look like somebody who would be rubbed the wrong way with the Bud Light can." I was like, you went there. We should have put money on the first person to be offended and say that. And I was talking to him about it, and I was like, why do you even care about that? Like, it's just like, it feels like, I feel like you're more bummed out than I am. And he was like, he said he hated Dylan Mulvaney or whoever the guy's name is. He felt like he didn't earn that spot. And he explained to me it was a whole March Madness thing that kind of went sour. But long story short, or I think my next rebuttal was like, it's just a bad fucking move. Like, just to, talk about a controversial topic and put it on something and this and that. And he was like, no, it's not. Like, and he brought up how, like, it would be exactly if, like, a barbecue company started coming out with PETA. Sorry,
like vegan barbecue kind of thing.
Yeah, and I was like, no, it doesn't even have to be like that direct. It's just like anything stupid you have to throw out. He was like, no, it's got to be like this and that. I was like, okay, we're done talking, man. Like, we're not on the same page. To me, it's a metaphor. If something divides people, just don't put it out there. And again, you should only really be pissed if you have stock in that company. If you're really somebody that's like, I'm going to take like a bullet for Budweiser, and they did all that stuff. You guys got to keep in mind, anybody who's listening right now, Budweiser did all that fucking shit in the late 80s and the early 90s.
Oh, they've been doing it for years.
With Elvira, with RuPaul, with all the Trent, have you seen you remember the commercial from the 90s when it was the Budweiser guys dressing up as girls to try to hack women's night, and they had wigs on with the mustaches?
I do vaguely remember that.
And nobody got pissed off then, so people now to like lose their stuff, it's like, it just kind of shows something of how like easy triggered like you can get. Like if that pisses you off, like I don't want to know what it's like when when you have a flat tire on the side of the road, like.
Right. And just a reminder, tonight's stream is brought to you by Bud Light.
Does Bud Light taste any different or whatever, whether it's, Elton John or Mick Jagger or, LeBron James or whatever, I just think it just goes to show is like.
Dude, Bud Light, they're doing something good. Bud Light, they can make a beer and it's always the same. Like, that is not something everybody can say.
I'm saying the moral of my story, Trent, is that financially they lost money on that.
That's the goal.
No, Trent. Financially, it was a dumb decision. They lost money on that. Emotionally, if you let it affect you, the joke's on you. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I agree.
That's all I got.
I will say that, yeah, and I do agree with that actually. But it goes for both sides. Like, we should be able to like talk about things without getting emotionally invested in them. Like, you should be able to debate things without like coming to blows or like insults or. Dude,
you should watch the Bill Maher Elon Musk interview. It was great. It was phenomenal. They talked about the same thing.
I watched a little bit of it. Yeah. Okay. I didn't see that part then.
It's exactly what we just talked about. It's like freedom of speech. At the end of the day, the reason people came to America or wanted to get away is because they didn't have freedom of speech. So if you said some weird shit, you'd get thrown in jail or get killed or hung and this and that. So people came to America way before the fucking natives and the white guy and the guns and stuff. Like, people were just fleeing to get away, just to get away. They didn't know what the fuck was out here. It's like word of mouth from this and that. So if you take that away, freedom of speech away, like where do you go from here? Like,
yeah, there's nowhere else to go. Yeah, I've heard that before as well, and I agree with that actually. We are supposed to be the land of free speech and freedom, and like being able to do what you want to do as long as you're not harming somebody. And if that ends, then where else is there to go in the world?
No, and there's good.
At least that's what I think you're getting at.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this was you gotta keep in mind, like, people like Christopher Columbus like fucked this whole thing up. He thought he was going to India and he showed up here. He got lucky. He had whatever generations of shit I don't have to get into. People were ultimately trying to get away to come to something new. That was kind of the bottom line. And Elon Musk kind of brought up a good point. He was like, if you talk about that nowadays, if you talk about all that stuff nowadays, all the kids say now is like they own slaves. And Bill Maher's like, well, everyone's owned slave. Like everyone's slavery's been around since the beginning of time. And Bill Maher's like, well, if you talk about, George Washington, what did kids nowadays from the Bay Area say about George Washington? Like, well, he owned slaves. It's like, that's all you know. You don't know that like he beat the fucking English to actually like create an independence, to break away from like how strong the English army was back in the day. People don't know about that anymore. Nowadays, it's just like everyone had slaves. He's a bad guy. It's like,
No,
what?
sorry, I didn't mean. I was gonna ask if Noam considers himself
Am I
more
wrong?
British than American.
Consider South more British? What do you mean?
No, do you consider yourself more British than American?
Oh, yeah,
'Cause-
let's go, baby.
Oh no, not at all. I'm American through and through. Where's that come from?
I don't know.
British
I don't know.
whatsoever.
These are New England.
all those New England guys. I don't know about them, man.
You know
Not
what's
whatsoever,
fun?
dude.
You know what's funny though is
Here's
like,
my stance.
You darn hippie West Coasters.
Here's my stance, and this has always been my stance. But I love my country, but
Me too.
I just despise the government and politicians. They're not looking out for our best interests. They haven't in a long time. And I could go on and on and on about this, but that's just not beneficial to this stream, so I won't do that.
No, I'm going to take it one step further. Maury sent me a meme the other day where it's like thinking your government has your back is the same as thinking like the stripper is actually in love with you.
In love with you.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh, you.
I was like, that's a good one, man. But at the end of the day, like what brought my family here is military, World War I, World War II. Like my blood fought and died for this place for me to like be a fucking bullshit failed class clown on YouTube. And as big of a bullshit person I am,
Labatt.
I'll always remember that, like everyone's got history, like everyone's got, why are you here? Who's your family tree? How'd you end up like this? Where'd they come from? Who worked harder? We just kind of get all rid of that.
Oh, my parents definitely worked harder than I did.
All y'all's, and I've been talking to that girl that, and I want you to, I don't know if I'm ever going to meet her, but when you understand like life from India and she, we talk a little bit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
America is by far like a heaven, like a dream. When she's sending me
People
pictures
don't
of her,
realize how good they have it here in the States.
they don't. She's a girl that lives in North Park in San Diego, a computer programmer that is willing to go sleep on a floor with her grandmother with like no water that they only get once a week and they put it in pots.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like the stories I hear about like what my family lived through
you're like, fuck,
in East Africa, it's just like, God, that sounds horrible.
But there's no, yeah.
But that's just how life is there. It is what it is, kind of thing.
Oh, bro.
And you work through it, and you get through it, and the thing is, like a lot of those aunties and uncles, they get comfortable, like they have their friends group, they have their bingo groups or whatever, like their activities that they do.
Yeah.
They don't want to leave there.
No, it's the only life that they've known, and I respect that.
The life that they know, that's the life that they're gonna live, and that's the life that they're gonna die by.
We'd all be the same if we all
grew up in that culture. We would.
And they're just that stubborn with it. They're like, no, this I don't want anything else. I'm happy here.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want plumbing? Like, what?
No. To keep the Brew Show kind of caught up with us, I'm going to group thread with all y'all to know them. And we talk about a lot of stuff. So, Trent, when I was coming from San Diego to LAX on my last trip, me and this woman in the front shotgun seat was actually going to Bangkok. And this girl in the left seat, Sush, who's cool as shit, was going to visit her family. And, God, I forgot the name. I'm kind of
Was it Bangladesh?
No, it was small. It's something you wouldn't know. But anyway, she was like 20.
Like a small town in India?
Yeah, I'll send you the video though, Trent. And she kills
Please.
it. You know, she goes to UCSD and she was an MBA or not an MBA, but yeah, maybe
Masters.
an MBA. Yeah, computer
Go
science.
Aztecs.
Slays it, and we hit it off. And I remember her like as we were going from Union Station to LAX, she was like, "Do you have an Instagram?" I was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "I'm 38." She's like, "I'm 27." I'm like, "You look like you're 16." She's like, "I get that a lot. This and that. Stay in touch." So we kept in touch, and she's literally back where she grew up. She lived the first 12 years of her life there. But
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
so she gets it. Like she's not like
So that's the reason why she gets it, right? Because she wasn't. She's not. She's not first generation American.
no, she
If
doesn't.
she like,
Bro, she doesn't
she
mind
was,
it
she
at
wouldn't.
all. Right. She doesn't
Yeah.
mind it at all. So she set up this
yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. So she set up this GoFundMe to like she's all into surfing and skateboarding and all this stuff. And I'm pretty sure she's like just a badass chick. And I sent her some money, and then she sent me a video back, and she created this GoFundMe to get like 7 or 8 or 9, 10 skateboards to go over there. And she hits me up a little bit on Instagram video, and just to see like what's going on is like poorer than Mexico, but they don't know that they're poor. Like they're all killing it as a community.
Right. They think they're doing great. Like it's just the normal.
Yeah, all yes, they're like this
I
is
didn't
middle
know
class.
that was the context, by the way.
What do you mean?
Like I didn't know that because you were like, oh, she hit that GoFundMe goal real quick. I didn't know what you were getting at. Like,
Yeah.
But that video was awesome. That
Yeah,
video
it
was
was.
amazing. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Like, those kids are so happy.
Oh, crazy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And especially for a girl to do it too, you know, like
What's
Not like
really
a
cool is
sponsored pro
like
skater.
people who are doing those type of GoFundmes, like she is. It's like
oh, it's organic.
incorporating their because they don't have the same access to the internet and things that we do here,
Right.
and so she's showing them a world they would have never seen before,
Oh, dude,
or ever heard of.
Bro,
They could have lived their whole life without knowing what the fuck a skateboard is.
Right. Right.
Are you
And
living
all else
now?
on the other side of that, I didn't know like these people were like still live like this. Like I was like fucking like, is this like Aladdin? You know, like
And the
is he
thing is,
really
like,
guys?
India isn't like a small country, right? Like
There's a
it's
billion people. Yeah.
Dude, there's a billion people there.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh shit, what
Yeah.
the hell? They don't know one part. Like, there's this a community of people that don't know what skateboarding is. It's
No,
like,
I gotta get Sush on, and we're pretty good friends. I gotta.
yeah,
Brusho, that's an easy answer. Any beer. Something with malt. Something with malt, hops, water, yeast.
yeast and salt. So
after the fact.
I'm actually.
They'll
really
add salt
excited.
to
We're-
it.
We're talking about you right now. All right, what do we got? Her name's Sush. She's cool as shit.
I thought about that, Goose, but I didn't. I would have to go back and grab the tahini.
All right.
Also, Brusho, why were you raising the roof earlier?
I was trying to like
Yeah, right.
raise you up, my guy up there. Gnome Ski, Adam.
Yeah, he's
trying to,
holding
like-
me up.
Oh, on YouTube.
it is.
Okay, I see it. I see that.
All right, what do we got?
It looks weird on
Hollywood
Discord
Squared.
compared to YouTube.
Yeah. I know.
Oh.
Well, dude, we could like, you could like give me a high five if you want.
It made sense to me because I'm watching through YouTube.
Other way,
Unfortunately,
other way,
All
other
right,
way.
here we go.
Other way?
Brusho, can you see this?
You got
This
your
is how
microphone?
Oh yeah. No. Oh, I gotta go this way towards my end of my microphone. Yeah.
Oh, she didn't know.
What are you watching?
Oh,
Steve?
yeah, I just
You're
saw. I'm watching the replay now.
Are you watching TikTok over there?
I don't know. I'm gonna
But,
call,
like I have fucking YouTube up here, so it's so delayed.
Dude, I looked at TikTok. I looked at YouTube, and I'm the wrong direction, so I need to go the other way.
You are in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Hey, we're
On
just-
Discord, it's
we're
all
just
right.
calling.
All right, dude, all right, ready? You ready?
hold on. Hey,
Wait,
everyone be
three,
cool. We got
and
another
opposite
go.
direction.
One. Go.
Hold on. Hey, everyone, shut the fuck up. Hello.
Dude,
Do you remember me? How do I get rid of this one thing? Hey, we were
Stranger
talking.
danger.
How's it going over there? You ready to come back to San Diego?
I live in San Diego.
Hey, do you want to say hi to my friends out here? We've got Rhode Island, San Diego, and
it's not a
Austin,
stream
Texas
unless
now.
CH brings somebody random in.
And
we got?
right.
Hold on, can you
That's
guys
how you
hear?
know.
Hold on. Can we set this up? Hold on.
Yeah. Fix your
Oh.
hair, this guy.
Howdy.
Can we see?
I can
Can
see
you
her.
them?
Yep.
Can you hear them?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Can you guys hear her?
I can't hear her though.
No.
All right, hold on.
Not yet.
What about now?
Have her say something.
Hello?
No, I can't hear her.
Hello.
Okay, 1 second. Hold on.
No, nothing.
Hey, do you have Discord?
Loop her in Discord. Yeah.
I love her enthusiasm, though. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We're gonna send you an invite on Discord. 2
Yeah.
seconds.
What was that like? You remember that
2
thing?
minutes.
It was like chat roulette where you like
4 minutes.
just-
Oh yeah, where you would see like you would just
Megway
and
or
then
something
shuffle
like
you,
that?
yeah.
and you
Hang
just
it
see
up now.
some
Download
fat
Discord.
white dude
I'll send you
jerking
an
off
invite.
or
You
some
have to send
shit.
me your username.
Can I do it for my
Sorry, that was a little too realistic
no,
there,
no,
but
no.
you went
You got it. You got it.
pretty much what happened.
You went 0 to 10, dude.
This one might get taken down. Sorry.
Let's get Yeast and the Beast on the stream.
All right, here we go.
Put him right in the middle.
It ain't a random
This is how
thing.
we used it.
This
right
is
there.
how we used it. That's what gnome is Litroy. Okay, how do we do this?
Dude, yeah.
Alamo Kid. Is he from San Antonio?
Brucho, tell CH to brew that orange creamsicle.
Creamsicle.
That was like 5 years ago.
Yo,
Damn, what up, Hoover Dog?
Brent's killing it.
I think I have seen Trent be in a long time. I like it.
that's exactly what it's like when I start to record my voiceovers. I'm like,
Creamsicle.
creamsicle. I'm like, shit, maybe I shouldn't have had these beers before I record a voiceover.
That was when I was brewing consistently. Don't ask me about
You need
brewing
to
beer
come-
no more.
You need to brew something like that no one's ever heard of.
Motherfucker.
Like a Roush.
Corn nuts, Roush.
Do
dill pickle.
do a
You need
goza
to do
with squidding. A black goza.
A black
Since you like
Squidding
Mexican
goes
lager so much, do like a elote Mexican lager.
black goes away. What's the goose shit?
Gone for milk.
That's a blend of lambics.
What,
That'd be
what's
very
the
hard to pull off.
what would be he left to go
Nerd.
get milk.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna get
Has to
shit.
come back.
Okay, here we go.
Milk stout.
You are correct, Juvenal, if I'm pronouncing that right. I apologize if I'm not.
And if he's
All right,
right,
we got
then-
one more coming in hot. Everyone looking live. We're gonna go to this one.
I can't wait to roast her.
Do it, dog.
That could be Juvenal, right? Sometimes like the J's are pronounced with Y's, huh? Or no? Yes
yeah,
or
you,
no?
yeah, you got it. You got it.
Or no, J's are pronounced like H's, right?
Juvenal
Juvenal.
Hernandez.
Juvenal.
Junior.
Oh, okay.
Junior.
It's weird, like, cause like Sweden,
Junior.
it's
We took our jibs.
it'd be like Juvenal with a Y or whatever. Like yeast is yeast. Like
Juvenile.
their Y's
Ju-
are J's and J's are
juvenile?
Y's. Makes no sense.
Sure, you look good when you back that ass up. You's a fine motherfucker when you back.
Motherfucker, yeah, back that ass
That
up.
sounds
That's the
so
juvenile
good.
one I know.
Juvenile. Oh my god.
Margarita sour with tahine. Ooh. Ooh.
Trent, you know where I was
Margarita.
going with that.
I did, yes. I'm working on a goza. I never brewed a goza before.
What?
No, I haven't. I've done this non-alcoholic sour I did with Hoppy and Gnarly, but it's my first. I
So
don't know myself.
my girlfriend's pops, he drinks non-alcoholic beer, and so when I saw y'all's vid, I was like, all right, I'm gonna make a non-alcoholic beer for him. So I really want to give that a go, cause like he drinks the Heineken 0%, and I'm just like, all right, I think I can make something a little bit better than that, right? So
Yeah. Well, not my stepfather, my father-in-law drinks non-alcoholic beers only. So that's why I have like Guinness
0, yeah.
0. I've tried them all, man. And I'm excited because Lawman just came out with that low non-alcoholic yeast strain.
Right? And then CH had those untitled art non-alcoholic beers.
Those are good. Those two.
I've been searching for them forever. I cannot find them.
I'll send you some. I got some over here.
God damn.
Okay.
What the fuck? How do you know what you're using?
Also,
CH included like a Amazon like package that had your address on it.
Oh, did it? Oh, did he reuse
Oh, dude.
some of my
Hey,
packaging that I
Yeah,
gave
by
him?
the way,
Yeah.
that was a genius idea.
When you take all the you buy those fragile stickers and put them all over there, like they're really gonna give a shit. All right, here we go.
I'll send you some, man. Let's talk
Sounds
about
good. And then once I get yours, then I can send you some Texas beers.
How
Sounds
the
good.
hell is this not working?
Because I was actually gonna ask you on the stream. I was like, "Oh shit, Trent's on the stream. Let me get his address so I can send him some beers too."
We'll make it happen.
We'll make it happen.
That's a hard question to answer, Juvenal. I'm sure there are some breweries that cheat a little, but I think it is more of like a home brewer thing. It's just something for like a quick turnaround. I would think. Yeah, I would think most breweries are going to do a legit lager.
Right. If they have the equipment to do it too, right? Because they're running glycol, so they can run their fermenters at whatever temp they want. So there's no point to them doing a pseudo lager other than maybe like the electricity bill.
Quick turnaround.
There is a brewery in LA. I think it's called Beechwood, and they do like maybe it's Beechwood. I don't know. One of the breweries in LA, they do like only Kvike for like all of their lagers.
Really?
Like anything.
Yeah,
Ales, lagers. So
Wow.
like it can be done, but I feel like the better examples of a lager are done in the more traditional method.
Traditional method,
agree with that,
for
yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Oh, I went to this brewery the other day, last week or so, and they had the horizontal lagering chambers kind of
yeah.
thing. And I remember seeing that in CH's vid or like you or
Yeah, the
Instagram
video,
or whatever.
Grand
And
Central.
I was like, oh shit, these guys have it. And it was part of their expansion too. And I was like, oh yeah, they are definitely serious about their lagers. So I was like, I'm gonna drink their lagers, and they're fantastic.
And it has a similar footprint if you have the stacked versions too. Like it's
Right.
not like
I think I sent it to the group chat too. I think to you and CH, and like how they had one on top of the other, and like two of them kind of
right.
like
Oh,
that.
that
I
was
like,
that like private event thing you went to.
yeah, private event that I went to. Yeah, that had the crawfish boil and everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looked like a sick thing. I mean, I've never had crawfish, but I would try that. It looked really good.
It's a lot of work for not a lot of meat. I'll tell you that.
Right? Yeah.
Like
You're like
I could send
grabbing
you
the
a
leg
picture
and, like,
of like a
sucking out the
platter
juice.
of like peeled crawfish, and you'd be like, "Oh, you must have ate good." I was like, "Dude, I was starving still after that."
yeah.
Like
you got to work for it, man.
I was just like, I think I burned more calories getting the meat than I did eating.
All right, here we go. We got a
Then,
lady in the house. Everybody look alive. Look alive. Or
I'm
don't.
always alive,
All right, I think we got.
Dude,
I think,
for-
unless I'm dead
If not
inside.
for everyone, for me, do it. Undo a button.
All right, here we
Undo
go.
a button.
Come on, undo a button.
We're taking the button off. We're taking. Hey,
Come on, man.
gentlemen,
Howdy.
everyone,
Miami
shut the
Vice.
fuck up. Everyone, shut the fuck up. This is my friend. We met in San
Hey.
Diego. We took a cab. Well, Sush, tell us how we met.
So we met in a cab from.
That's what we're calling it these days. I'm just kidding. Okay, I'll shut up. I'll be over here.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
that was it.
Yeah.
I
Go
just
ahead.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
from the mic, from the top.
Oh, we met we shared an Uber from Union Station in LA to LAX. That's the whole story.
And you took his bag, and he took yours.
No,
No, so we had a third person that was sharing the cab with us, and me and her happened to have the same suitcase.
she was going to China.
And we cases as we like left the cab because I got out first. and then
Yeah.
she got after me, and then so I just so happened to grab hers.
So y'all
Finally-
didn't look at
finally a
name
good
tags, no
stream.
nothing like that.
There was one little sticker on the bag, but it turns out that we actually ended up swapping suitcases before we even got into our Uber.
And you talked about that
So
with
you
the guy
grabbed her
beforehand.
suitcase, and she
Yeah.
grabbed yours before you even got into Uber.
Yeah, and they already
They
broke
look
it down.
Similar, the suitcases.
They were the
Dude,
identical.
you all took an L from
Oh,
the
okay.
beginning then.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I think we swapped it, and like in my mind, I knew that my suitcase had like a little sticker on it, but like all that logic like flew out the window when I assumed that we'd grabbed the right bags. And I even told her, I was like, "Hey, your suitcase has a little sticker on it, so be sure to grab that one when
I
you
remember
hop on."
that.
But my dumbass didn't even realize that the sticker literally had my name on it. So
I can't even try and defend that shit. Nah, fuck that.
She was
That's
a sweet
funny.
girl, though. We were in the back. The girl was up front, shotgun, and everybody was cool and it was sweet. We're just trying to, get to our. You guys are going to LAX. I mean, we're all going to LAX, but it was different terminals. But you guys had international flights. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to come home. You've been in India for what? 5 weeks?
a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been about a month.
And you dig it,
What's
though.
the-
No, sorry.
I was
How
just gonna ask
hot
you-
is it right now there?
So I've been in the city of Bangalore for about 4 days, and
Okay.
here the weather's pretty decent. It's raining just like slightly bit like every day. So the weather's definitely cooled down, but
Yeah.
Mobley, which is where my grandparents live,
hmm
and it's like 101, like 90 to 101 is like our daily high.
How's the humidity? Is it typically dry or is it humid?
No, it's very humid. It's like 80%
Very humid. Yeah.
What up, Jonathan?
Yeah, that's very
Um,
Texas. Yeah.
What up, Blackwood?
What's the
So I
go-to
was gonna
beer?
say, what's telling is the
Blackwood
the
Brews is
ceiling
like, we
fan
got a lady in the
background's
chat.
not on,
We got a
so
lady in the
Not
chat.
that bad.
Sush, for the record, it's like 45 guys and one girl. Maybe two girls.
No, we
Oh,
got
it's two.
we got one in the chat.
We got two? It's a homebrewing community.
So are
right.
we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh yeah.
We're more live
Oh.
than you can ever be live.
Do it live.
Oh,
This
oh my
is
goodness.
how we live it.
This is
So-
how we blow it.
So when you saw CH's Instagram, what was your first thoughts when he told you he had an Instagram?
Here we go.
I don't really think much about it, but like that's also just me. Like I think like social media is like a reflection of like who we are.
Uh-huh.
But like when I met him in person, like I feel like that was my initial reaction itself. Like I had made my there, and like no one's Instagram was gonna change my first opinion.
Gotcha.
So you did.
He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt tonight because he thinks he's like
You didn't see his
the.
YouTube channel.
He thinks he's hosting the Singled Out. He's a matchmaker from heaven. He thinks he's Jenny McCarthy. No, but we actually were shuffling around and you paid for the tab. I mean, it was your thing. Like we thought we were somewhere, but we still had to get this where. And you hopped in there and were like, hey, let's just Venmo you. I was coming back to Tennessee. You're going to India. And then the sweet older woman was going to go to China. But we went out there and we're like, where are we? Like Union Station. Like, what the fuck? Like, how is this? How do we get to LAX? And how short enough time can we do this?
Yeah.
And you just.
Yeah, that was.
Wait, what time is it there, by the way?
We have a rude ass dude named Juvenal Hernandez who just super chatted us $15, interrupting like a fucking spoiled brat. No, I'm kidding. Shout out to Juvenal, man. Much love, Braj. He's the San Diego man. Super chatted $15 here for a good time, not for a long time. Well, Juvenal and Sush both live in San Diego, so
So do I.
we got a couple things to talk about. Yeah, Trent's. Come on, you've been there for a year, man.
Oh,
Don't kid yourself.
I live there. I mean, come on.
Yeah, for a year. Come on, man. It's like that's like saying
fucking shame.
that's like saying you went to
It's like you say you live in Knoxville.
Yeah.
bro. I've been Peyton Manning
He's so
till I die.
fast.
I bleed Big Orange, man. If you
I'm a
only
big
knew,
Knoxville guy, man.
if
I
you
love-
only
I
knew,
love-
man. No, Trent is right. Hold on. Let's go back to this story, but after that, Trent is so right. I'm the biggest fucking bandwagon hypocrite of all time. But
Poser.
oh yeah. But anyway, let's finish up the story. I'll put in my.
My story.
Yeah, so we met,
So-
and then sorry.
Actually, don't CH if you stop both my like suitcases and like my skateboard strapped to my back and my backpack on. And as we're running to the Uber, I don't know if you saw me trip and fall, but like
Didn't see that part.
I straight around and I ate shit. Like
No, I didn't
was
see that
surprised.
part.
no one saw that one.
You got off the hook. You got off the hook. But you made it to your flight on time, and that's the bottom line. And I think we all got to our flights on time.
And we did end up switching our suitcases back, by the way. The other lady hunted
was
me
fine.
down.
Good
When I-
shit. Good shit.
Yeah.
Was
No.
that before? So you guys got the switch before the flight happened.
Yeah, but the thing is, she showed up like literally 2 minutes after I had already like checked in the bag, and like it was like gone on the.
Oh no!
And then like I had to tell him, I had to be like, you need to bring that bag back. And they were like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, it's swapped. And they were like, how did it get swapped? It happened in the Uber, woman. Like, just bring the bag back. Like,
Woman.
All I remember about
job and
that
bring me my bag.
that Uber driver was not stoked on any of us. It's one of those Uber drivers that doesn't talk. Sometimes I prefer that, but sometimes like I need something. Like I just need like a little bit something. But he's the guy that's driving Uber around in LA with a mask on by himself. And I was like, yeah, like let's just leave this guy alone.
Yeah, we gonna do our own thing.
We're
here.
not going to get any intel from this guy. This guy just wants us in and out. Send the PayPal. The fuck out of my life. Yeah.
So,
Spray down his vehicle.
are you since you've been there for a month? Are you working there, like remotely?
yeah. So I've been on PTO for like 10 days, but like I'm back to working since like as of last night.
Gotcha.
What
cool.
time is it there?
It's 10 a.m.
Hey,
Oh
and
my
for the
God,
record, it was her
what?
birthday. It was her
Right, get
birthday.
her open.
Hey, she turned 27 last week.
26.
Nice.
26. damn.
Congratulations.
So she had a birthday out there, and I don't know if
Calm
you
down
want to
now.
promote your Instagram or whatever, but the pictures on your story were
Calm down, no, what?
phenomenal.
No,
Everybody be
I'm
cool.
good. I don't but
Well, your family had a great party for you, and it was epic.
so it wasn't actually my family. So when I was in Hubli,
You
I
lied to
taught
me?
a couple girls.
That's all the time we had. No, I'm just kidding. Keep... I'm kidding.
Honestly, you can't do that with brown folks. Like we will talk like you say goodbye, and that's like the first stage, and then you bring up another thing, and you talk-
No. But seriously, you did have family out there.
Yeah, so I do have family out in Hubli. My dad's actually been here since January taking care of my grandmother, and that was the main reason I came out here. I just so happened to come during the beginning of April, and I actually taught a couple of girls in our neighborhood how to skateboard. And then what ended up happening was we ended up GoFundMe. All of these girls got a skateboard of their own.
I wasn't
and,
lying,
like,
guys.
Yeah,
These guys
like,
didn't believe me. No, I'm
That's
kidding.
amazing.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, he sent that.
I'm kidding.
That's
I'm kidding.
awesome.
Seriously,
Congratulations.
I sent it to all my
Yeah.
friends. Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Thank you. So the girls and their families were like so thankful, like so stoked that like they all planned and threw like the surprise party for me for my 26th birthday. And like my family didn't know a single thing. We didn't invite a single person to the party, anything whatsoever. But like
Yeah.
it was like night like celebration. There was like 60 people that came in and out of our house, like
Awesome.
that were just like happy birthday. And yeah, it was a birthday that like I will never forget. For
That's
sure.
so sweet. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So when are you brewing your first beer? I'm just kidding.
No, all he is not trying to like stereotype, but like, do you know where she's from, or do you know like?
Yeah, and so I know like the Bangalore area and stuff like that. But so like thing is, so I am technically Indian, but the thing is like my family, we're 3 generations from Tanzania, East Africa, right? And then you go 4 generations back, you hit India. I ask any of my family members where in India we're from. God knows where none of them know. That's
Yeah.
over 300 years ago,
Right.
right?
It's like
So it's
American
just like-
mutts thinking they're like 10% Irish and 10% French.
Right.
Yeah.
And so like for me, like if anybody asks, "Oh, what are you?" I'm like, "I'm American. I'm fucking born and raised in Texas. Like I'm as fucking
Yep.
American as you fucking get."
No, I agree with
I
you.
agree with that.
I agree
I'm
with all
first
that.
generation
Yeah.
American, and I'm proud of it.
But
Like,
you're gonna know more.
I've been spoiled here. Like I'm good.
No, but you're gonna know more.
Like, I'm Italian, but I'm not.
I'm
But
just
like
saying.
I know more about East Africa than I know about India.
No, but I'm not
Like
talking.
hands down.
I'm just talking about like a not like a territory, not like a like a demographic thing. Like
Right.
I'm from Ireland. I don't know anything about Ireland. I don't know nothing
Yeah.
about Ireland, So it's good to kind of.
But like I do know like Bangalore, like I know like part of my family was definitely from like the Gujarat and Kutch area because our mother tongue of Muslims from like East Africa, like Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, they all speak Kutchi. And so that's a language spoken up in the Kutch area in India. So it's like, okay, and it's and the dialect is very similar to Gujarati. So it's like, okay, now we have some similarities of where we can draw where our family have been from, kind of thing.
I like it.
That's pretty.
Sush, not to interrupt, but Aliaz, Noam, Trent, bottom right. I don't know if this is like a formal what up. And then there's the chat over here, all the Brachos that are hanging out. But I don't know if you guys want to do formal hellos or.
Yeah, howdy.
Formal hello. Formal hello.
I say howdy.
I'm the gnome.
Noam looks like the tallest guy in here right now. It's a lie.
All I have to say is,
It's all
Sush,
bullshit.
You're the only
Sitting down, he's standing though. That's the difference.
Sush. You're the only vertical format. Can we get a?
Can we turn it to the side? Yeah.
Horizontal.
Oh! All right. Do you guys want to do one more for Sush's birthday, and then we're
Yeah,
done?
we do.
Okay,
Okay.
hold on. This
Let's
one's for Sush. Sush, do you have a beer? No, she drinks cocktails. She doesn't drink beer.
It's 10 a.m.
She doesn't drink.
Wait, are you supposed to be working right now or no?
Yeah.
Well, you're a computer programmer, so you can do whatever the fuck you want, really.
What does that mean?
As long as you turn your code in on time, that's all that really fucking matters.
Exactly.
Is that how it is?
Yeah.
Pretty
Really?
much.
Our computer lives and work are so good. Like, I can have like 15 tickets, and I don't have to touch them until like I really need to touch them, and I'll be like, all right,
Dude.
cool. I'll be sure to let your
The fact
manager know
how
that.
she laughed was like, yeah, it pretty much proves my point, right?
All right, we're doing.
Like,
Hey, Trent,
it's
one
really
more.
important for me to fix this. No, okay, we'll wait.
Trent, one more for Sush's birthday.
For Sush.
Okay.
Dude,
what
he's
is-
on the best time zone right now.
yeah, West Coast. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Trent.
that's right.
Yeah,
Fuck
Trent, come
you
on.
and if you're on the East Coast, fuck you guys.
Yep, we're here. It's it's only 12:30
I hardly
now.
know you. What? Anyways.
Hardly know her.
Hey, Sush, you get a lot of happy
I
birthdays
hardly
in the
know
comment
you,
section.
Trent.
Thank you, Kurt Wilson, man. Thank you, Goose Fraba. Happy birthday! Eat a cake.
Yeah, happy
I don't think she
birthday.
has any cake to eat. We'll do one more though,
Thank you.
and then let's get out of here. But Sush, I'm glad you're on here. This is what we do every Wednesday. This is the real me.
Oh, this is
I don't know if-
awesome.
I don't know if you if I had to fake me when we met or whatever, but this is my favorite night of the week with my friends.
Well, this is the only time CH will agree to like video chat me. So
When he's on a live stream.
I told them we
see you
did.
next week.
exactly.
What are you talking about? I've
Like
seen
we're
some
doing
video
live.
chats.
Don't lie to your friends, CH.
There's
You
a time
don't know the
difference.
truth here.
I wake up at 8 a.m. and you're going to bed at 3 a.m. and this is the bottom line.
All right, who's gaslighting who?
All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and get a beer. This is for Sush. Bruce, get one. Get one.
I got many. Sush, what is the Budweiser of India?
Kingfisher.
Kingfisher.
Yeah.
It's just like heavily produced.
Oh, I've heard of
there.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys know the actual story of Kingfisher, but it was an airlines as well. And so the guy who built Kingfisher, there's like this whole scandal. His name's Vijay Mallya, and like he flew too close to the sun. Like his whole thing with his airlines was like, I'm gonna have supermodels as hostesses, and then I'm gonna have like this top shelf airline. And I actually flew Kingfisher as like a little kid, and like let me tell you, I loved it. Like they gave you the best toys, Kingfisher. And then he opened up his own like beer company because he was the first to promote like nightlife and like this party culture in like Bangalore and bring like that more of that Western life over here through that like beer and like bar kind of culture, and made it more like not just for men who sit at home and drink, but it's also for like women and like young people to like go out and enjoy and socialize. So that's been like a staple in India. Even though his airlines went under, his beer company still exists today.
Prospered, yeah.
That's fascinating. Wow. And you, so did you grow up in San Diego?
So I've been in San Diego for 9 years.
Okay.
I lived in India for the first 10 years of my life, and then moved to Sacramento, California. And then I came out to San Diego for college, and I've been there ever since.
Nice.
Word.
Very cool. I just moved to San Diego like a year ago.
Oh yeah? We're in San Diego.
LA.
I'm in Oceanside. So North San Diego. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I love it. I actually
Bruce Show moved into my neck of the woods. We're doing the last one, Bruce Show. We're breaking it down with this one.
All right.
All right, last one.
I did a collaboration video with Casey, and that was the seal of the deal. It was like, damn, I love San Diego. I didn't move down here.
I was like, fuck, I hate San Diego. I just love Trent Bruscio. I got to hang out with this guy more.
No, they're like,
was my
I gotta move the
consensus.
fuck out of here. I gotta move to Knoxville. As far
No,
as that way.
you came in when we were putting more effort into our content, and it sucked. Like we didn't have any content strategy. It was that vegan corn dog or that the pretzel video.
The pretzel dog, and then you guys did your first brew in a bag.
No, but he came in. He came in and was like, "I brought my vegan corn dogs." Me and Maury are like, "This guy comes into town."
The fuck are those?
Yeah, but that was when we were putting in like the most time and effort. It was the most fun. And Trent, that video has the least amount of views. I fucking love that video.
What, the pretzel dog one?
Yeah. Yeah,
that was.
You put the word
enjoyed
vegan
that
in
video.
anything.
It was
no,
actually,
and
like,
Trent had balls to come in there. You know, it was me, Britta, probably Kevin and Maury, and Trent shows up, and I was like, "This is kind of a ballsy move, man." But we've been the same people, you know. Like Trent, I consider you my friend. You know, I don't know if you consider me your friend, but you came in.
That's sweet.
I don't.
And that's fair. And I remember we shot the video, and I could just remember kind of like. I could tell that you and your wife had kind of talked each other up. Like, do we do this? Do we show up? Like, but like from the 5 seconds in or whatever, it was just like how it is now.
Yeah.
Am I a weird guy to be around?
No, dude, you're the most inviting, like welcoming guy. That's why.
Well, show us your penis.
Like,
take your shirt off right now. Then we'll see where. I'm kidding.
DH always looks out for other people. Like he's like, "Are you having a good time? Anything
Absolutely.
you need?" Like he's like always. He cares about the next person.
He's always like, "Hey,
Exactly.
did we blow it? Did I blow it? Did you blow it? Like, did we blow it? Like, no, we're good."
Hey,
It's
he's
like,
the most like
Life's
he's
too
the
short
most
to be weird.
welcoming, like nicest guy. Like I thought I'd start making YouTube videos. People would be like, "You're a fucking idiot," and like Casey comes in and like video number 3. He's like, "Want to collab? Want to hang out?" And I'm like, "Dude, let's do it.
Let's go, baby."
So
Was that the video where we were jumping around in my backyard?
yeah.
That was the same video?
Yeah.
So we did okay, and then our second video was when I put you in front of the green screen, and you didn't like that.
Oh, he had to do today. We're gonna.
No, but there was it wasn't the Mr. Beer. It was something.
No, it was before that. You had him do like.
Because Sean, we've done like 3 or 4 videos.
Back when you would do like today, we're gonna commit.
Yeah, you made me do a couple
crimes
today.
and shit
I
like
wasn't
that.
ready for that.
Hey,
But
Seuss.
now, if you
Seuss, right now, check out the Brew Show on all your social media. Check out the Brew Show on YouTube. I don't know how hard you push. Do you push Instagram?
No, you don't have to open a laptop to do it. It's okay.
Oh no,
Well,
do it.
that's
Do
kind of
it.
how you have to do it, right? Do you push socials hard?
Like Instagram, that's the only one I do.
You don't have a Facebook or a
YouTube
Twitter?
and Instagram is where you see Brew Show on.
I thought about doing a TikTok, but I was like, I don't know if I want to.
And then he found his dignity.
No, it's a whole other
Yeah.
vibe. Hey, Sush, for the record, Trent is way more talented than I am. He works. I always say you're PETA's right-hand videographer. Is that safe to say?
Sure.
Sure.
That's awesome.
So he's down from Chicago. He moved to LA. We became friends. And then he actually moved to San Diego right when I left. Small ass world. Like literally, I've been in Knoxville for a year. He's been in San Diego for a year. Like when he came in, it was literally like CH kicked me on my ass. Mario kick up in the sky, get the fucking out of my town. Like that's exactly how it went. No offense.
You're like,
I
I'm
can see
moving
that.
out. I'm moving out, and then you need someone to fill your space, so that's where I came in.
No, but we both brew beer. We both like fermentation. You know, we know that there's not a lot of viewership in this. It's fun. It's a hobby. There's it pays for your gas and your maybe your rent and whatever. You're not going to be a rock star, and we didn't give up on it. And I knew that. And I think I don't know if it was your second video or something, but I remember I talked to Martin from the Homebrew Challenge, and he was like, yeah, I was going to pick up on Trent too. And I found out that Trent is fucking awesome, and he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. What you see right now is what you get, and I'm speaking for all these guys. No, I've met all these guys in real life, and it's not like a fake, selfie
Friendship.
thing. Yeah. This is how we are in real life. If we were hanging out at a poker table right now or in my living room, like we're all the same.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've always kind of was inspired by Trent's production.
His
and,
production value is so good.
Not only that, but
So
he
good.
does it with a shitty ass camera. He does it with Trent's a fucking homeless dude with a shitty camera. He's got a 720p.
This is not my house.
Nah,
I'm
but
just saying it's real.
Sush and everybody in here, know him and all that. Trent is as cool. He's as good as he is. His personality is as good as he is talented. I just wish we had a more lucrative business like
Math.
like all y'all was talking about earlier. You can kind of pick and choose like when you want to work and clock in and out.
Yeah, right.
No, we don't have that. We got to grind.
We should just team up, and we'll only make YouTube videos.
We got to be hungry, man. We got to be hungry.
Hours. Like I gotta be clocked in. Like
I am not. I appreciate everything you said, but
We're almost
I'm
up to
just
60.
a guy that makes videos. That's it.
it's funny the two brown folks here, me and Sush, are like IT folks, and we're like, yeah, no. Like we still have to like work our normal set of hours. We just get to choose how hard we work.
Dude, I feel the same way.
Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Bruce. Got people watching the new Homebrew for Life video. CH, now you mean Martin from the Brewlosophy show. I guess. I don't know what that's all about. That doesn't make sense to me.
That's pretty much his now new job with brewing.
Doesn't make sense, though.
You didn't ask, but I'm gonna pour another beer.
Let's go. Have you
Do
talked to
it.
Martin? Trent, do you understand the...
This is how we pour it.
Yeah, I got a video I'm working on with Martin right now.
So, I mean, what's the game plan? Just max that channel out? I mean...
I don't know. I don't know what his game plan is because he's leaving a lot of subscribers behind, but that channel is growing very fast if you look at the stats.
Right, but...
The Brewlosophy show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Live their lives. I'm living mine. I like it. Anybody puts out a well-edited video on YouTube, I'll always have your back. I just don't get it. It's like jumping from a bigger ship to a smaller ship just to get back to that same ship you were already on.
I think the potential of growth is maybe larger. Like,
Hey, we'll see, man.
I guess we'll see, yeah. I don't know.
Time will tell. But in the meantime, we're
Only
drinking it.
bomb.
We're going to raise one up for Sush's birthday. We've already got 60 people back here. We get a girl in here and the views go up by 15. That's so racist? Sexist? What's the word I'm looking?
Sexist.
Sexist?
I mean, it's a colored and female, so like.
Well, why don't we just have Noam put on a wig next time, like some Dolly Parton shit?
It's okay. I'm a minority everywhere I go. I'm used to it.
Welcome to the club. I'm in Texas. Like,
You know what though? I don't know.
there's only a certain amount of brown people here.
Less people think about that than you think. I don't know. Like
Right
I
here.
never thought about that. the whole
No,
time.
I'm coming in with a hot take.
Hey, all y'all, right here. What am I wearing?
Really
baby?
though? No, like
What am I
You're
wearing,
wearing
baby?
the Brown Man Bruin shirt. I love it, dude.
Brown Man Brewing.
I fucking love it.
What do I got right here?
A couple of my some of my friends bought BNB shirts, and I'm so excited.
If anybody
I
wants to
love,
support all y'all,
I went to a dress event and I saw someone wearing a Brown Man Brewing shirt, and I didn't know who they were.
that's awesome.
And I approached him like, "Hey, that's a cool shirt. Where'd you get that from?" And he's like, "Oh, my buddy told me of this dude who makes like beers. He's like Indian and like plays on the whole TSA thing. That's why it like has a bomb." And I was like,
Yeah, our brewers
I
is
am
bomb.
that Indian guy."
Goose, if you're talking about this, it's called the Willy. A Willy glass. Anyways,
Willie
back to our
Bashir. Willie
conversation.
Bashir.
But it's so cool to see like B&B stickers, and like and Lord has it like a B&B like merch like outside of someone I know. Like it's so cool to see.
It is good to see organically. It's a trip.
Yeah.
And hey, Love versus Karma. There's a link in the description of this video if you want to check one out. There's a link to all these guys' socials in here. We've got YouTube channels.
I have a link to my website with my merch and all that
It's all
on
clickable.
my Instagram and everything.
100%. Warren
Or you
Cox.
can just go
Usually
to
it's a sausage fest.
brownmanbrewing.com.
There's a link to Sush's personal Instagram as well.
Is it?
Please don't
gonna
feel
get-
the need to go find
I'm gonna get
Later, Blackwood. Have a good night. No, we're out of here soon. This is a good stream. I don't think we have to take this down. Nobody drank
No.
too many lactose beers tonight. No one's got to go scream and run for the toilet. We're all safe. I hope. Fingers and toes crossed.
I like being a mod so I can post links. into
Yeah,
the
you can
chat.
promote.
Oh, you're a
got the
mod?
blue-
You fucking asshole. Why
This
you-
is how we mod it, baby.
Why am I not a mod?
No, but Sush, this is cool. This is what we do on Wednesday nights. This is our kind of jam. We're all kind of act like derelicts.
Yeah.
We're all good friends. We hang out. I've never gone on a vacation with Gnome. I'm sorry, with the Thebrajsho, bottom right, top right. We're gonna party until the cows come home to roost.
Roost.
And check out the
Welcome to
last Number for
India, where
Life
the
video.
cows eat hay,
Uh,
and we drive motor rickshaws every day.
She threw us away like a parking ticket. Enough is enough.
She's like, I'm done with fuckers.
Yeah, she was like, man, this is all bullshit. She's like, I fucking hate all y'all. CH is a piece of shit. Oh, she's back. Oh, she didn't
back.
nothing.
Karma.
Nothing's back. Hey, big shout out to Love versus Karma. Subscribe to everyone. That's what community is. Like, just
Appreciate it.
Hey, like,
Appreciate
just subscribe to everyone's shit. It's free. It doesn't matter if you watch it or buy it. Just give it to them. Like, just give them like the more they get a subscriber or follower or whatever, it's gonna motivate them to put out content. I've been drinking tonight. It's my night that I drink. Just big shout out to Love versus Karma. That's it. Like, just
Welcome to
and
India, where the cows eat
unsubscribe.
hay. We drive motor rickshaws.
Make sure to
every day.
unsubscribe to East and the Beast.
Yeah,
Oh,
that too.
Yeah, enough's enough. Yeah,
Um,
we've had it with this shit.
Oh yeah, can you
Just
explain
kidding,
the whole
geez.
like the head
Jesse.
tilt thing? What's that all about?
Love you, Jesse.
Is that's when they agree with you, right, or something like that? Or no?
Oh no.
Am I way off?
Oh no.
Do you want me to
Do I need
explain
to,
the
like-
head tilt?
I think
Yeah, go
Sush
ahead.
is.
Please.
I think Sush is on it.
Okay, so like say I'd say something to you along the lines of hey, do you want to go get some food later tonight? And like you're really excited and you're just gonna go, okay.
Yeah. It's something you're agreeing. It's like you're agreeing with and you're like down with kind of thing. You'd be like, oh yeah. Like you don't even have to say anything. You just feel like, oh yeah.
It's kind of like how we think like Italians talk with their hands, like Indians
Right.
talk with their.
They do.
That with their heads.
Okay.
I work with one of
That's
them.
interesting.
I've had it up to here. Enough's goddamn enough.
So now
His name's
you're
Joel.
relating to me because I'm Italian, and I totally get the hands thing.
No,
So,
no,
that makes a lot of
you
sense,
don't do
actually.
it. No, I work with a guy that literally just like backhands everything, and he's aware of it, and he still does
No,
it. It's out of control.
You're not Italian. You're not Italian, no.
No, it's definitely
Well,
Italian.
I'm
No,
No,
you're
it's
not.
definitely Italian.
No, he's
My last
full on
name's already-
terrorist.
Yeah, it's Nomi
Dude, he looks
Soprano.
more terrorist than I do, and I get stopped in the airport
Yeah.
more than he does.
Nomi
It's
Soprano.
not fair.
well, my package did get
Paulie Gnome Nuts.
Oh, the package got hijacked.
Someone got
Just out of curiosity, does TSA ever like pat down the beard?
me. No.
They passed something else down.
Me, yes.
yeah.
When you have the last name Muhammad, yeah, you get stopped a lot.
Maybe that's why your
Until I got
package didn't get
TSA
you.
pre-approval, and then they don't touch me no more.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
I got
why.
TSA
Paid this amount of
pre-approval.
money, we'll just let him go right through.
They're like,
We don't
oh,
care
he's
if he has
got money.
last
Yeah, we don't give a fuck.
Maybe that's why my package didn't get to you though. All he has Muhammad. Maybe they saw Muhammad. They were like, red flag out.
As soon as
Go
you
over
wrote
there.
porch bomb on the fucking package, it was like, yeah, that's a red flag.
Hey, I was showing you mutual respect. I took one of your own Brown Man Brewing shit. Our shit's the bomb, and I put it right on the package, and I thought that would work out. Yeah, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Too soon. Hey,
is
we're
what
just
I'm putting
kidding.
it to.
No, we're just kidding. This all stems from love. We would never say this.
It's funny. I still wear that shirt that says our brews are the bomb on the back of it to the airport, and I get no problems.
Is that a true thing though about Muslim? Is like Muhammad is a very popular last name, like way more popular.
It's the most popular Muhammad is the most popular name in the world.
What would you compare it to?
Yeah.
Anything like Smith or Robertson,
Like
or
John Smith.
Johnson,
John, yeah.
Like what's the most?
John or Smith, like they don't even get close to how many people have the name Muhammad.
I believe you,
Yeah,
but
well,
still, that's big.
how many
Because
John,
people can have the
you
name
know?
Muhammad as a
There's
first
Muhammad,
name
Muhammad.
or as a last name.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes. Thank you.
Wait, what happened?
Like Muhammad is a thing. Like
Yes.
John's not a thing.
John Johnson.
Johnny
You
Johnson.
ever heard of
I-
John Johnson?
That's as close as it gets, probably. Yeah.
what about
Yeah.
the Brew Show?
Yeah, my
Yeah,
first
but
name
he's
is
not
Bruce
real.
Show.
He's a myth.
Yeah.
he's a man of myths.
We don't
He's a
talk
legend.
about me.
Yeah, we don't talk about me.
You say his name 3 times, he's gonna turn you
Show up your
into
mirror.
He's gonna
Fucking
show up
face
with
face. Yeah.
a hook, and what did Candyman do? He's got the
With the
beehive.
Candyman.
Yeah. Brew
Dude,
Show.
that
It was a
movie
pretty
fucked
good
me
movie.
up.
It was kind of cheesy. Don't get me wrong.
No, it
but,
wasn't.
Like,
No, it
for
wasn't.
what it was a pretty good
Yo,
movie.
for like living in Chicago, it fucks you up. I'm never
oh,
going
yeah.
to Cabrini Green ever again.
Trent,
Oh, is that where it took place?
Yeah,
How do you think I
Okay.
have to fucking live with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? It fucking happened.
dude, it's
Like-
a whole state though.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
it
here we
happened in
go.
the whole fucking state.
Hey,
Yeah,
Trent. We're way too much on the same page with all that stuff. I remember when Candyman came out, when he remember the scene where the kid gets in trouble and they go
Yes.
into the bathroom and he cut his penis off. I was like, that
Yes.
couldn't work anymore. Like making
I
a
didn't-
horror movie and cutting a kid's penis off with like a dude
No.
with that, you can't do that anymore. There's no fucking way.
That'll make you never go to the projects ever.
Projects, I wouldn't even go to Oceanside. I wouldn't even go to a public beach over there where the steel toilets come out of the cinder blocks. That's what that reminds me of. Chicago, I ain't going to my own home city, dude. No, when Candyman came out in the early 90s, that was like, you remember Event Horizon with
Yeah.
You remember that? Like before social
Yes.
media when you had to sit there and watch the pop-outs?
Yep.
And the guy that ran around and like hid behind the parents' bar, the balcony, you made fun of all night. That doesn't happen anymore. That day's over. That day's long over. I remember kids that couldn't even watch Are You Afraid of the Dark on Nickelodeon.
Dude.
They're like, dude, there was
that
a
was fucking scary.
it's a 6'2"
Legitimately-
clown. My
That
parents
was
got to pick
scary.
me up. Like, it's a clown. Like it's a clown. It's fine.
Honestly, when I was a kid, I couldn't watch Shaun of the Dead, and it's a comedy movie.
No,
And I thought that
no.
was a fucking horror movie.
All the odds, dude.
You
dude.
just described how young you are when you said when I was a kid and
Yeah.
I watched Shaun of the Dead.
No,
I was like,
man.
oh man, I'm
That
old.
will make you guys feel old. Don't worry.
Yeah, it did.
Man, I remember my uncle would come over with this Freddy Krueger saga, and everybody would pass out. Like all of our family would be downtown or on the living room after Easter or whatever, and everybody would be sleeping, and Freddy would come out, and I would just wake everybody up as like a 6 and 7 year old because I couldn't like go through it by myself, but I wanted to see it. And everyone's like, no, like I'm asleep and this and that, and then you look at the TV. And that's exactly the scene that they're portraying. It's like some guys trying to wake everybody up, and and they can't, And no, it was. I'm pretty sure, like looking back, like I had serious PTSD of Jason and Freddy. I just didn't know like the internet or whatever, but I'm pretty sure I was like an insomniac my whole entire life until I was like in 8th grade, just thinking about.
That is wild,
I would go through my whole life thinking like, I just want Freddy and Jason to show up at the same time, so I can like pick sides and lobby like, hey, I got your back, and we'll take that guy. Like I went through like,
protect me, homie.
dude, I would do that
whose
forever.
side would you take? Wait, whose side would you take?
Aside from the moody Freddy versus Jason, where you see Jason clearly win.
Right.
Freddy scared me more than anyone's ever scared me because Jason's just a ripoff of Michael Myers. He stole what's the guy? John
The
Carpenter.
mask.
He stole everything.
I completely agree.
He stole all of that. It was such chicken shit bullshit how Friday the 13th ever worked. Anybody who's a fan of Friday the 13th, and there's a million of them, they ripped off John Carpenter's Michael Myers. So, like, you're taking a mask, a big guy, same blue suit. Michael Myers has a kitchen knife. Jason has same shit.
A chainsaw.
With a
But
machete.
it was his mom the whole time.
He's got a machete.
It was his mom the whole time.
It was his mom in the first one. Freddy Krueger was the first guy that would kill you in your dreams. That
was fucked up.
That was a bully. That was a bully that would fuck with you. So imagine seeing that as a 5-year-old. No, dude. I want to hear it.
Gnome's got a hot take.
Well, so the Jason versus Freddy movie, you guys remember that? Where like
Yeah, that came out when we were like in 18 though. I'm talking about like my PTSD piss in my bed years. I'm serious.
All right. Well, it was just interesting how they were like kind of fighting. They were like fighting over victims.
We'll be right back.
There was like they were taking like caffeine pills to like stay awake so they didn't get killed by Freddy.
Yeah.
But then they also
That's
have
been
like nightmare.
yeah. No, that's exactly right. That's been going on since the first one.
I haven't slept since 1989.
I think that Wes Craven's 1984 version of Freddy Krueger is better than what's the other one? Bruce, help me out. The Exorcist. I think it's better than The Exorcist, in my opinion.
Wes Craven is the like horror like icon. Like
He did Scream.
he's created so many great
The
horror
slashers.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he defined the genre for sure.
All right, so now I have to know, what is your guys' favorite horror film?
Of all time.
Like ultimate, like there's no second place. Like, what's your favorite?
Well, now we get. I mean, for me, it's
Aside
Halloween.
from Night... Say it
John
again?
Carpenter's Halloween.
Fuck. Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna like probably piss a lot of people off with my favorite, but it actually Saw 1.
Okay. Samuel L. Jackson?
Samuel L. Jackson.
Sorry. Danny Glover. The other black dude. Sorry. I was racist. Remember when he's walking through the booby trap and he hits it and it shoots the shotgun down on his head? It was Danny Glover.
Okay, yeah.
Danny Glover
Well,
is definitely
like-
in Saw 1.
Yeah, Danny Glover.
I'm going to go with...
My favorite part was like the end part where like the dude, the perpetrator was there the whole time, just like as the corpse that was in the room. Like
yes.
he just
yes,
stands up and like
yes,
just
yes,
fucks everyone.
Yes. Yes.
Like that was like a holy shit moment for me. Like, it's one of those twists that you don't see coming, and it's really hard to like fool the audience. Like, you don't really see much of that anymore.
True.
I don't know. For me, that was like, oh wow, that's really cool. Like I'm not into like horror films. I really didn't get into the whole Freddy shit or the Jason stuff.
Jackson.
Jackson.
Freddie Jackson.
The Friday the 13th.
I think that was a running back on the Jaguars in '98. Freddie Jackson.
Yeah.
Fred Jackson.
That's what scared me the most. What scared me the most was when he started moonwalking before he slashed my face off.
Nomsky, the best dude, the best comedy, or I'm sorry, horror movie. No, no, Brucho, don't leave.
Since mom has got it.
There's a very thin line between comedy and horror. There's a very thin line. It's a silly movie. The OST, the soundtrack makes
Evil
everything.
Dead.
Oh yeah, Army of Darkness versus Evil Dead 2. You play what's the Shaun of the Dead song? All the albums you're afraid of when they play Queen. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. You take that same song and you take it out and you put in Jason's theme song.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot scarier.
It's going to be a lot scarier. It's a theme. It's a tone. But as far as my favorite scary movie of all time is Nightmare on Elm Street. The most underground movie. I'm sorry. Zombie apocalypse favorite horror movie. I don't know if you want to put 28 Days Later in that. I'll put that in there. But if you guys want to see a sleeper movie on psychology thrillers, killers, horrors, check out Session 9. It's about guys that go in to try to get rid of asbestos in an old insane asylum, and they start playing tapes of schizophreniacs from the 60s and 70s. It's a good movie. It's a great movie. Session 9. Yeah. Session 9. Check it out. But let's get out of here. We're hanging out here. We've got does Little Nicky count? Little Nicky count. 28 Days Later I saw that in the movie theater and I was in love with that. I saw that senior year of high school, 2002.
Did you ever see the movie Us?
Is that Key and Peele?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was great.
That one, like, I really liked Get Out because, like, it had some, like, comedic value to it.
Oh, same vibe?
But, like, Us, it was came after Get Out. There was some comedy to it, but that movie actually freaked me the fuck out, especially with the ending of it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that freaked me the fuck out. I was like, yo, I got the heebie-jeebies from that one.
It's time to move. It's time to go. Sorry, what were you saying, Sush?
Yeah, that was a trippy movie for sure. I personally don't watch a lot of horror movies just because I cannot sleep at night if I do, and I live by myself.
But that's how you know it's good. That's how you know it's all
No,
fake.
fuck that.
No, that's how you know it's good. I would love to stay up all night freaked out.
I don't get the thrill of being scared to like live in my own house by myself. Like that does not seem enjoyable to me. But I did try to watch an Indian horror movie because I figured like if I'm gonna ease myself into like trying to watch horror movies, let me start with the Indian ones. So like they're all cheesy and
Yeah.
But let me tell you, this horror movie freaked me out. Like I could not stop thinking about it for like 2 days. Like it was actually really, really well done. It's called Tumbad. So it's about this guy who finds this castle where if he lowers himself into a certain part, it's blessed by like a goddess, and it's a goddess's womb, which is like built a house. And he found this creature where he could pull its pants, and like all these gold coins would fall out. And like so he would collect these gold coins to like make a living. And the whole movie about this guy collecting these, and essentially how he passes down the tradition of chasing this creature in this house down to his son.
Interesting.
It was freaky. If you want
That's weird as fuck, but I'll tell you that.
it's
I know you're my son and all, but like if you want to make a living, you got to go chase down this creature and pull his goddamn pants down.
No, I want to check it out. Sue, send that to me. But hey, let's get Gnome out of here. Let's get out of here. We always say like we're not going to do 4 hours. And it's always 4 fucking hours.
You had a gnome fall asleep?
Is he doing his old gnome shit? He's got 2 seconds. Brewing Bad, 3rd best stream ever.
I think he went to go drain.
3rd best.
Well, he's been gone for a little bit longer in a
Okay.
PP. But whatever, man. This is fun.
So now you know what we do on what keeps CH busy on Wednesdays.
Yeah, this is how I pay the bills.
Yeah, what keeps him from being able to video chat me?
Video chat you, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Time zones.
Live streams.
Trying to figure out what the Thebrajsho secrets are on Final Cut Pro and all that stuff. Hey, he's over here.
I'll never tell.
No, Sush, thank you so much. We're going to get out of here soon.
Yeah.
This is fun. And she's coming back to San Diego in 2 days. Here's Gnome. Let's do a proper goodbye. Let's get out of here. We're coming up on 4 hours. Hey, really quick, I want to give a big shout out to the OGs, all y'all in Gnome. Thebrajsho, thanks for coming on tonight. Sush, check her out if she wants to be checked out. I don't know if we should put her socials in the chat. But no, it's cool. And we'll talk after this. But let's get out of here. Everyone, it's been fun. You know, we talked about like when to call it and all that stuff tonight. Let's call it and go from there. And we'll see you guys on Wednesday, yeah?
Sounds good.
Love all you guys.
Bye, guys.
Love you
Cheers,
all, guys.
everybody.
Love you, Gnome.
Sounds good.
love
Peace
you,
out.
All right, let's get out of here. Let's go watch our ship bomb.
All right.
I'm shutting this down. We all good?
Wait. Are you going to
She
hang out
love-
for a sec?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, I'm down to talk to you guys.
Absolutely.
after,
I'm gonna talk shit for shit.
Oh,
Let's
yeah,
go.
is she cool?
She cool?
She's 26, man.
Is the chat stopped? I mean, is the live stream stopped?
Live stream